Hello, everyone. Hope we're all going well. Bloody hell, what a last hour or so. Roberts being out has certainly thrown a spanner in the works. But as I said, I hope we're all going well. Looking forward to a big round coming up. Just getting my teams and stuff sorted here. But yeah, safe to say that Roberts out has thrown a bit of a spanner. Yeah, which is interesting, to say the least. A few people are going to be caught up with that. A lot of chat here. Geez, there's already so much. Geez, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all this before the game starts. Let's have a go. Lee Everett. Bice didn't get dropped and Roberts and Mitchell out. Yeah, I saw Mitchell was out as well. Roberts out. It sucks as well with illness, but I think he's got to go. He's got his bye next week. Red lighting, Trainer to Hardiman, tick for me. Roberts to Bergman, tick. And Stone to sell in any position under 909. Cooper Lord, help, don't know what to do. Trainer to Hardiman, tick. Roberts to Bergman, tick. Stone to anyone position under 909k. Can you get Walsh? Can you get Walsh red lighting? That would be something that I would look at if you can get Walsh. Matt, should I stick to regional trade of Levi to Bont, Cleary to Lona, Bice to Hardiman, or should I go Roberts to Bont, Bice to Bergman, and Cleary to Madden? Can you go, instead of going Levi to Bont, just go Roberts to Bont, Cleary to Loman, and Bice to Hardiman. That'll probably bank you a little bit more cash. I'd probably still do that, Matt. Roberts to Bont gets locked in tonight with that trade. Has done a DP to bring Levi into the mids with Madden and utility. Yeah, as I said, I'd just go. If you can go Roberts to Bont, Cleary to Loman, and Bice to Hardiman, I'd do that. What do your trades balances will buy? At the moment, I've gone Roberts to Bont, Bice to Hardiman. My third trade's still undecided, but it's likely to be one of Lindsay or Levi to Bergman. I might go Levi over Lindsay just because Lindsay has a better matchup this week. Levi's been playing the wet, but I could just do either, so I'm not sure. It'll be one of those two. Lee Everett, is Levi sub-risk? Maybe, but I don't think it'll be starting up tomorrow night. Is Bice still a trade out for Hardiman now? Keep Cleary because his price isn't going to move, or keep with Roberts out? Yeah, Roberts being out's a spanner with Bice, you know. Like, Bice could actually have a decent game, but I think I'd still trade him. His break-even's still high. I think Hardiman's still a great pick. I think Cleary can still go. Roberts has got to go, though. Should I go Cleary to Loman, Philippo to Hardiman, and Roberts to Bont, and hold Bice? Yes, I would probably do that now, I think. I would do that. He's saying, or go Cleary, box you another red dot to Madden, or go buy someone. No, I'd do the first option, Will. I'd just hold Bice, just lose a tiny bit of cash this week, but I'd do that. Lee Everett, what if it's between Marek or Levi to get out DJ? Which one would you pick first? What is between Marek or Levi? Marek probably goes first because I'm not sure he's going to be there, but both can go. John Sanders, thoughts on these trades, please, Bales? Bice, Cleary, and Roberts to Bergman, Bont, and Loman. Yeah, tick, tick, tick for me. Great trades. Yep, very happy with those. Thoughts on Roberts, Henderson, and Boxall to Loman, Gallup, and Bont, says Tony. I like Roberts and one of the rookies to Loman and Bont. I wouldn't get Gallup, though. It's going to be wet. He might only be in there for a week. I wouldn't be getting Gallup. I'd be looking at someone like an Isaac Keeler as a forward rookie next week. I wouldn't be doing Gallup. I think there's probably something else you can do other than a red dot to Gallup. So I'd be doing something else with that trade, Tony. Sneaker Fusion. Hey, guys, need anyone's help? Do I do Bice to Hardiman and Lindsay to Bont, or Bice to Bergman and Peatling to Bont? I'd still do the first one. I'd do Bice to Hardiman and Lindsay to Bont. Keep Peatling. Peatling in the wet weather could actually go all right. DJ, I'm doing Marek this week. Levi next week. Marek's going to lose another 40, 50k this week. Yep, don't mind it. As a Port fan, I think as values defending with the big Giants tools. But yeah, so Will, they've got, with Bergman, they've got obviously Radigalia, Farrell, and Sin all back in. So that means I think Bergman's playing midfield for sure, and he'll probably play on Tom Green or something. Lee says, thank you. All good, mate. Happy to help. John says, get likes and start early for Bales. Thanks, John. Yes, appreciate it. Make sure you do smash a like on the video. Obviously, we try to get 100 every stream, so if you can do that, that'd be fantastic. Still got 7.5 minutes before the bounce, which is good. So, Brisbane Bloods, Trainer to Hardiman and Roberts to Rosie. Yep. Or Cleary to Hardiman and Roberts to Dale. I'd be going for the second option. I like Hardiman. First option, I'd be going Trainer to Hardiman and Roberts to Rosie. Just hold Cleary for the week. And yeah, get Rosie over Dale. Brisbane Bloods, that's what I'll be doing. Levi would go next week for a Sinclair potentially, says Matt. Yep, agreed. Or Nasiah, yep. Jim, should I trade Bice to Hardiman? Where'd that go? Jim, so should I trade Bice to Hardiman, field 19, or hold Bice and trade Red Dot to field 20? Depends what trade you're making, Jim, there to hold Bice. I don't hate the idea now. The fact that Roberts is now out, meaning that Bice is probably going to be moved up the pecking order. Back there might actually go okay. Won't drop a heap in money this week. But yeah, just a bit of a worry that with him. But I like that's something that I could do. I could hold Bice and trade a Carroll instead this week, which is something I might consider doing if Carroll's not named. So yeah, that's something to look at. Was trading Ashcroft to Kenny this week and Roberts to Bont, but next week I guess it's the other way around. Yeah, or you can get Butters, Tony, if you don't have Butters next week. If people don't have Tooney round 14 buy players, you can hold Roberts. I don't have any defenders on round 14 buy. Yeah, you could, but with the fact that Roberts is going to miss this week and then next week and you were looking at trading anyway, I think it's a good time to move him on. He's been great, but I think he's got to go because he's missing 2 weeks. So I'd be trading. John Sanders, Sinclair or Brayshaw, or Butters top priority for next week? Butters is a big priority just because he's going to be so cheap. Sinclair and Brayshaw are great options. I think Sinclair probably the better one just because he's a defender. But all three great options next week. Nathan Thomas, evening is Kennedy over Bont this week. Okay, we'll try and get Bont next week. I'm still Bont over Kennedy, but I like both. So you can go either or, I think. But I'd rather go Bont. We'll buy not hot on Berman, but if you think you can go there, get on it. I just think he's going to play midfield. I just think with the fact they've brought in 3 defenders, Horn Francis still isn't there. I think Berman is a good buy play. And if he's your D6 coming out of the buys, I don't think that's actually the worst thing you can do. So I like it. I'm just having a look if I've locked everything in for this week. So I've only got one tonight, I believe. I reckon I've only got Bont in tonight's game. So yeah, hoping that Bont goes well. I'm bringing Bont in more for the long-term play. I think he'll go well long term. What do we got here? I think I answered Sneaky Fusion's question before. Hey, Val says, Will, how you going, Will? What do you trade? Says Fast Like Frenzy. Did I answer them before? I think Will answered them. Yeah, I think I answered that before. But yeah, as I said, I'm going Roberts to Bont and Bice to Hardiman, and then my third trade's undecided. I still a chance I could keep Bice this week to get an extra score because he's got Richmond. So if there's ever a week he's going to go well, and with Roberts now out, I think that could be I'll lose a little bit of cash, but I think he could actually go okay this week. So I might do that and trade a Red Dot like someone instead. But I have to see what I can do. I haven't had a proper look. I just want to lock in Bont, and I'll have a look after the watch-along. Said that. I'm just trying to catch up where I was. Bice can surely score 80 this week, says Jack. I hope so. Hey, Bal says Riley Thompson. How you going, Riley? Hope you're going well. Thank you, Riley. I know you're one of the new Patreon members, so very much appreciate it. If anyone does want to become a Patreon member, you can head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, and get involved over there. So, if you'd like to do that, then, head over. You get team reviews. I was going to say, you get team reviews each week. Each Patreon member gets a team review. You get exclusive Q&As every week. And if you'd like to help support us a little bit more, then, feel free if you'd like to do that. Definitely been eventful with the outs, says John Sanders. Agreed. Sneaker Fusion, Bice to Hardiman and Lindsay to Bont, or Bice to Berman and Pete to Bont. I think I said it before. Yeah, I'd go Bice to Hardiman and Lindsay to Bont, I think. Keep Peatling. For draft, VC Richards or Chad into Whitfield, please, Buzz, before the game. I'd VC Chad Warner. He's got the better matchup. Bring in Madden or Loman. Loman for me, Fast Break Frenzy. Got Marshall R2 this week. I'd still go Loman, I think, if you've got 20 or 21 or more. Hold Bice or hold Langford. Ooh, they've both got big break-evens. I'd almost hold Bice now over Langford, which is crazy that I wouldn't have said that. But with Roberts out, if Bice isn't the sub, which we'll know because he plays first game Saturday, I'd probably hold Bice at this stage. But Ashcroft to Kennedy or Bice to Bergman? Ooh. I'm almost leaning to Ashcroft to Kennedy now, Better upgrade. Ashcroft's in the wet. Bice has got Richmond. Tell you, what's the weather like? Does anyone know what the weather's like for Saturday in Melbourne? Is it meant to be okay? If it's okay, I'd be holding Bice maybe. Because they both got the same break even. Connor Johns, I'm going Roberts to Bont to free up money. Yep, Levi to Bergman or Cleary to Lohman. Cleary to Lohman for me, Connor Johns. I'd be doing that one. What's going on with Merritt? Still a top 8 mid? Yeah, Christian, I think he will be. Just he played off halfback. If he's playing off halfback, I've even got more confidence he could be even better. Elliot, Tom McCarthy, red dot, think it's worth making a trade for someone else. Yeah, I'd get someone else in, Elliot, if you can. Cheers, Buster, Sneak Vision. All good, mate. Happy to help. CPT Moonlight. Is Jared Berry cash cow option? Jared Berry, I don't think so. I don't even know what his price is. I think he's probably too expensive to be considered a cash cow. Let's have a look. What's Berry's price? $7.59. I'm assuming you're talking about Sam Berry. There, I'm probably not looking at Sam Berry now. It was a last week play. I'd be going Hardeman if you didn't have him. Libba Kennedy and Bont in the first CBA for the Dogs. Is Madden a legit option, says Will? I think he is, yeah. I think he is. Yep. I reckon he could be. Sneaker Dad 1978. Roberts out and McCarthy, not named hurt. So change my trades to Roberts, Bice, Boyd to Bont, Hardeman, Madden. What do you think? I like the first two. I like the Bice and Bont trades. Boyd to Madden, I probably wouldn't do. I think it's a bit of a waste. So you're only getting 30K. I just wouldn't. I think there's probably another trade you can probably do. There's Sneaker Dad. Schultz, I've got Hewitt to Bont, Marek to Lohman, and Bice to Cherry with Vicentini R3. I'll make great trades. Tick, tick, tick for me. Great trades. Love them. Caleb Fife, need this answer. Oh, sorry, Caleb. I apologise, mate. Need this answered for tonight, please. Go Langford, Roberts, Bolton to Libba, Dale, and Lohman, or go Berman instead of Dale and Hardeman instead of Lohman. I would have probably gone Lohman over Hardeman for the cash saved, and then go. I think that means Bergman and Lohman. I would have gone that probably. Oh no, that would have been Dale and Lohman. I would have probably preferred that. I reckon. Bice to Berman or Simpson to Lohman, says Chase Webb. We are underway. Getting the game underway. Lib a good tackle there. I was hoping Bont would get an early touch. The first CBA. Be interesting. Who have you guys got winning tonight? It's a good game of footy. I think Bont. Bloody hell, I think Bont gave away a free kick already. I reckon Bont's on -3, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it was Cleary that gave away the free kick. Yeah, Cleary. Oh, it was right there. Yeah, Cleary with the -3 to start. I thought that might have been Bont. I'm glad it wasn't. That wouldn't have been a very good starting off with a -3. Where are we? Just trying to go through this. I appreciate everyone that put in all the questions. Always great when there's a heap of chat. There, Ginnivan kicks the first goal of the game. Yeah, also Charlie's work was Bice to Bergman or Simpson to Lohman. I think I'm Simpson to Lohman now. The fact that Roberts is out, if obviously Bice is sub, you change and but then you're not going to know about. Yeah, Simpson to Lohman. I think it's a trade you make. I think you do that one. Who will Bergman tags as well? But I think he goes to. I think he'll go to Tom Green, but probably not a tag. But yeah. Lucas Paberti, hey mates, holding Bice an option. With Roberts being out, I can trade him out instead and bank the extra cash because I have no coverage for the Roberts out. Yeah, I think Bice you can hold now. If Bice isn't the sub, which he's named on the bench, whether he's going to be the starting sub or not, I haven't even seen Sydney's bench. I'll just have a look at their bench and see what I reckon it could be. They've got Cunningham, Bice, Hanley, Sheldrick, Adams. I think one of Hanley maybe Hanley or Adams will probably be the sub. So I think Bice will be fine, particularly because they got, so Cunningham's is there, Bice, Hanley, Adams, Sheldrick. Like Bice could be sub. It could also be Cunningham in his first game back because he hasn't played for a while. So that's something I'd be watching. I don't think he'll be sub though. I think he'll be fine. There's a mark for Kennedy. Early +6 for Kennedy, which is good to see for anyone that jumped on him. I just want a few Bont early touches. There's Ed Richards in a heap of space. Ed Richards got Bont short. Bont could be lining up for goal here. Bont, there you go. Bont mark. I think Bont will probably... Will he line up? Can he go the distance from here? I wonder if Bont's going to centre it or if he's going to go for goal. He's probably going to... I think he's going to set it up. Yeah, he's... And it's English. Good mark. Good kick. I actually like that. As much as I wanted Bont to try and go for goal and kick a goal, you don't see many players do that. You don't see many players go right on the arc and they go... And they just normally have a shot. But he's like, you know what? I'm probably going to get just on the line. If not, I'll try and set someone up. And great kick to English. Weary had Gray but wasn't named, so had to do a quick swap to Max Ramsden because no one else under 300k forward. Yeah, I guess you had to maybe go there. Don't hate that. I think Loan was the better pick, but if you couldn't afford him, then I guess Max Ramsden would be someone you had to go for. Paulie 29, need to move Marek down. Is Lord the best option or Loman? I'd probably go Loman and bank the extra cash, Paulie, and use that for the better upgrade next week. But Lord isn't a bad option. I think he could get a bit of a run in the Carlton team, but I'd probably, go for Loman to bank the cash. I think Loman's a good option. So I'd be going there. There's Frazier for anyone that held him through his bye with a kick. I wonder if anyone did actually hold him through his bye. There's a Dale for early +6. It's not a great kick from Dale. Bont with a handball. Good to see Bont cover early touches for him. There's Newcomb. What's about Newcomb's going to put up a good score because a few people would have traded him out this week. Kicks out wide to Kennedy. That could be a free kick, arguably. Front on contact. No, nothing there. Dylan Moore with a kick. I wonder if anyone would have gone there with how cheap he was. Fast break frenzy for draft. VC Richards or Chad into Whitfield. Oh, yeah, I said that before. Yep. I guess Roberts is a trade and we'll keep Ashcroft and might get Ash instead, says Corey. I don't know if I'd bring in Ash just because he's got the bye coming up, but yeah, I think Roberts is a trade, yeah, and you keep Levi. I'm holding buy, says Will. Have just brought both Kenny and Bont, says Nathan Thomas. Yeah, I like it. I could have done that. The only reason I didn't was just because my team value isn't great, and I think buying $2 million players is probably not the smartest call. So I think Roberts to Bont, and then, yeah, I think I probably will. If I can hold Bice and trade like someone like a Carroll or a Boxall or someone that will probably be a red dot to get an extra number this week, I might do that instead. But I'll have to see. Kenny Mutt, let's go, says Caleb Fife. End up bringing in Kennedy, Bergman, and Hardiman. Hopefully that works. Yeah, I like it. Doggies by 17, says Will. Amon seeing chance, top 6 defender on run home after bye is unreal, says Jay Such. Yeah, could be a cheap defender you get at D6 after bye. Had a 50-50 last week when Cleary to trade when sub news Heaney over Sheldrick and Myers. Who just marked that? That was Bramble. Is Trelaw's not injured already, is he? Did he start on the bench, Trelaw? There's Kennedy. There's actually a nice block by Bont there to give Kennedy the +6. I was hoping Bont might have taken it, but that's fine. Bont VC for me, says DJ. Yeah, hopefully it can go well. It doesn't seem like they're tagging Bont at the moment. Obviously, that can change throughout the game, but it seems like they're not looking at it. I think that was Butler with a handball. And good kick to Chol. Chol's in heaps of space. So much chat. I'm trying to get through it, everyone. I'm hoping we can get through it soon. What do you think of Tom Sims, says Elliot? Yeah, don't mind it. I think he's definitely an option you can consider with the ruck forward status. But yeah, Nathan, sorry, yeah, I like bringing in both Kenny and Bont. Going Kako to Loman, McAuliffe to Bont, and Roberts to Sheasel, says Tony. Don't mind that. I'm not sure about Sheasel bringing him in at top price with the role uncertainty, but I like the trades on face value. Paulie 29, think I'm sitting on Bont, Lord, and Loman in for Roberts, Marek, and Box. 21 on field. Yeah, I like it. Is Kerno a go with his good runs, says JR? I don't know. I don't love key forwards. He was 650 odd K a few weeks ago. I would have liked it, but with his price now, probably not. Oak, I've gone Roberts to Bergman, Bice to Bont, and Marek to Loman are these ticks. We'll have to sit on Cleary for another week. At least he won't drop cash. Yeah, tick, tick, tick for me. Yep. Berg, great trade in. Bont, great trade in. Loman, great trade in. I like all those guys. And you probably got a bit of cash to play with for next week. Rod, hey, Bales, Bont and Amon tonight. Does out help Amon, also getting Madden in. Yeah, both Bont and Amon, hope they go well. I'll refresh the scores, actually. What do we got there? Why have they not added... What? They're saying Bont's on 5. But it wasn't... So, wait, they gave the free kick against Bont and not Cleary. I thought that Cleary was the one that gave away the free kick, not Bont. Hopefully that's not the case and they adjust it, but maybe it is the case, which would be frustrating. Give it to Bont. Kennedy, give it to Bont. Didn't quite get there. I'm not expecting a massive score from Bont just with the matchup, but it's more for the matchups moving forward. Yeah, Bont and Amon tonight's good. Sicily could help potentially Amon there. Something to watch. And Madden's not a bad play, the Rodler, especially as a solo ruck. It's a 3-week play to his bye. Could be something to maybe look at. Bales, Bice to Lohman. Yep, Sicily to Bergman. Yep, and Marek to Bont. Do you tick them off, says Lee Everett. Yep, ticks for me. Yep, like those. Yeah, Corey Bladledge, I had a 50-50 last week when Cleary to trade, when Sub News went Heaney over a Sheldrick and Myers. Yeah, I think Heaney will be good. I think he'll be good, particularly this week against Richmond. I think he'll have a big score. I reckon he'll go all right. I think that's a Kennedy tackle. Reckon Doggies might scrape through to Sneaker Fusion. Aim on a seeing... Oh, yeah, I said that before. Doggies by 17 says Will. There's Bont with a handball. English handball. This will be a Richards kick coming up on the non-preferred. Doggies could be a chance here. No. There's Bailey Williams. Had guys in the middle free. Doesn't matter. Kick the goal anyway. Dogs get their first goal. Riley Thompson. Ashcroft to Lohman. Bice to Hardiman and Lindsay to Bont. Got Roberts though. What can I change up to get him out? If you went Roberts out instead of Bice, maybe keep Ashcroft and go another rookie to Lohman. That would be what I'd look at doing. Maybe if you go Roberts out over Bice, that gives you an extra 300k ish. Maybe instead of trading Levi, you can trade a cheaper rookie. And then maybe instead of trading Lindsay, you can trade a cheaper rookie. If you've got to go Lindsay and another rookie, keep Levi. That's what I'd maybe look at doing. Hey, mate, rough week this week, says Double Dummy. Yeah, it seems like it might be that case for a lot of people. Corey Bladge, who were your captain choices this week, Bales? So captain video went up early today, but I had Cherry 1, Baz 2, Dacos 3. There's another Bont handball. Gorn 4. And then Sheasel 5, I think. But yeah, if you want to check my captain video, I did that earlier today if people want to see who I did for captains this week. Alex, hey mate, Roberts to Bont and Marek to Walsh. Yep, I like it. Ticks from me. I think Walsh will turn around. A bit of form is an option probably to look at. Brisbane Bloods, my trades are currently Briggs to Cherry. That's a massive trade. That's a great trade there. Roberts to Rosie and Train to Hardiman. Oh, they're massive. They're great trades. This leaves you with Bice, Hardiman, and Foss on field in defence. Would you go Walsh instead of Rosie? Meaning Martin goes back and Corey Warner's on the field. The forward line, Charles limping around the ground does not look good. Yeah, maybe he's not fully fit. Yeah, I would. Brisbane Bloods, I love those other trades, the first trades. Briggs to Cherry, Roberts to Rosie, and Train to Hardiman are amazing trades. They're great trades. I'll be doing those. Hardiman with 3K in the bank or Lohman at 102K? I think Lohman's really good because he allows flexibility. It depends, Alex, if you were best 22, would Hardiman be on field or would Lohman be on... if Hardiman is on field for you, if Hardiman and Lohman are on field for you, I'd probably go Hardiman because I think worst case, if he's your D6 and he's your final upgrade, that's fine. But I just think the lack of forward rookies, Lohman could be quite good. Probably depends what the rest of your team looks like. If that 100K will be helpful next week for the trades. Double dummy, even 3 trades, I still only have 20 playing, says Double Dummy. I have to look at what I'm doing, but I may only have 20 as well. I may have 21 if I can do Bice out. Sorry, if I can do like a Carroll or someone like that out instead of Bice, but I have to have a look. I'm not sure. Where was I? Hey, mate, Roberts to Bont and Marrick to Walsh. Yes, that before from Alex. Looks like Nash is on Ed Richards at the moment. That seems to be the matchup at the moment for what Hawthorn are doing. There's a Dale again with a kick. Williams. I'm trying to find where's he's in the middle there. I'll refresh these scores as well. Bont was free if they looked, but they didn't. Yeah, not a huge scoring start to the game. Obviously, you're only 9 minutes in, right? But I think is Bont on 11 or 9? He's on 9 apparently. I think has he had one or more handball? I thought he had 3 handballs since we last looked, but maybe they're missing 2 points. I'm not sure, but yeah, not a huge start for a lot of people. Ed Richards has been pretty good to start with. Amon's obviously been pretty good as well. Anyone that's still got Amon after quite a game last week would be happy and hoping that he can go well this week. There's Weddle. It's a really nice run. He's a very, very good player, Josh Weddle. That's a goal. That ad just blasted my speakers. Need to pump up the volume of your chats, Bales, says DJ. Oh, is it a bit quiet? Let me see if I can... Let's see if I can... See if there... Is that... That should be a bit better shortly, I reckon. I've just upped the volume. That should be better. Hopefully, that is better for everyone. Bales, I went Kennedy, Hardiman, and Madden, says Henry V. Yep, I like it. Yeah, sorry, DJ, about that. Brisbane Bloods, Martin goes back and... I said it before, from Brisbane Bloods. Any other watch-alongs? Bale says, Will. Yep, maybe probably Saturday night we'll do one. Not tomorrow night, because I'll be at the Crows game. We're out watching it. So not tomorrow, but yeah, Saturday we'll do one. Madden Keeler, best rookies next week, says Will. Bite. Yep, good shouts. Bont Untable, says Will. Trelaw Sad, says Jack. Ben Hay says, hey, Bales, I'm trying to weigh up Doc or Caldwell. I want to avoid Bont. There's another clearance, and now McDonald's lining up for goal. I'd probably go... I would say Doc because he doesn't have a bye. I want to hear more if he's playing at half-back or not. But Caldwell's the better play, but I don't love trading in a guy that's got a bye coming up. There's Butler in the midfield. Butler's someone to keep an eye on. Maybe you bring him in next week if he goes well. Hawks look very up tonight, says Double Dummy. Well, they'd want to be because they've been pretty disappointing last few weeks. Another goal. Very good start by Hawthorn, out to 19 points already. My mate has 500 on Dogs to win, says Ben. Well, it's not a good start. Double Dummy, my trades this week were Romar to Cherry, Bice to Hardiman, and Cleary to Paddy Cripps. My trades this week, Romar to Cherry, Bice to Hardiman, Cleary to Paddy Cripps. Yeah, I like it. Yep, Double Dummy, ticks from me. Like those. Hardiman will be on field, Lone will be stuck on bench playing 20. If Loman's going to be... Are you talking about this week? If Loman's not going to count for you this week, then you might as well go Hardiman to get the extra number. Volume's heaps better. Thanks, Bell, says DJ. Come on, my baby, says Ben. Well, good to hear, DJ. Good to hear. C Bear Squad. Hey, how you going, mate? Hope you're going well. Tony just looked at Roberts to Berman instead of Sheasel, and it gives me 388k for next week instead of 3k. Thanks, Bells. I'll take your advice. All good, mate. Happy to help. Hardiman or Bergman, says Harry Thomas. Bergman will be the better scorer, but if you need cash gen, Hardiman's probably the play to get some cash going. Can I still change other trades or not? I went Cleary to Loman, Philippe to Hardiman, and Roberts to Bont. I like those trades, mate. I probably wouldn't change them, to be honest. Kent Hodder, have they given that free for Ginnivan against Bont and other Cleary? I think it's been against Cleary for the time being. I don't know if they'll change it back or not, but at the moment it's against Bont. Yeah, again, it wasn't against Cleary, Kent Hodder, unless they've added it back. But for the meantime, they've done it against Bont, which I thought was against Cleary, but I'm not sure. Maybe Bont got it high first. I'm not sure. Tackle for Davidson, for anyone still out there rocking with him, maybe on their bench as an extra scorer potentially this week. That'll be a tackle for Sanders, maybe. It'll go to Hawthorn, so it won't be a tackle. What if Bice's sub says will? If he's a sub, he's a trade, right? So I think he's got to go if he's a sub. There's Sanders handball. Either Bont's forward or he's off. I think he's off at the moment. It was smothered anyway, so it's not going to matter. Dogs have been pretty shaky to start the game. They haven't really looked too good at all, which is frustrating as we've traded in some of these dogs into our team. I think Bont's on the bench. There's Butler again. Butler's had a promising start. I've seen him a few times, a few touches already. I reckon he could be, but hopefully not. I think Bice will be fine just because they've got Hanley there. I think Hanley will be the sub. But again, we don't know. If Bice is the sub, then he's obviously a must trade. And the good thing is we'll probably know if he's a trade before the game. So, yeah, Butler's on 20 already. So, good start for Sam Butler. Another tackle for Kennedy there. So, Kennedy is started okay. I think Bont is on the bench. Yeah, Bont's definitely on the bench, yep. Yeah, they've still given that free against Bont, which is surprising. I thought it was against Cleary, but yeah. If it wasn't, they'll add it back. But yeah, I'm not sure at the moment. But yeah, and there's a Connor Nash goal as well now. Dogs, quiet start for the Dogs. It's now a real good start for Hawthorn. Apparently, Treloar has injured his knees, what I'm seeing in a group chat. Yeah, very, very interesting. Hopefully he's not okay, though. I know Warney was looking at Butler. Yeah, I was talking to Jep, and Jep said Butler's not a bad option. So I didn't go there just because I just thought it was a bit risky. I think if he puts up a good score tonight, he's an option for next week for sure. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, smash a like on the video. We're currently sitting on 20 at the moment, so good start with the likes. We've had a good start. So if you can smash a like, that'd be good. Kennedy flying through, says Kent Hodder. Why can't I reverse my other trades? Is to do with position or cash? I'm not sure, Will. I can't. I'm not sure. Riley Thompson got Cleary, Roberts, Lindsay out for Loman, Hardeman, Bont. Bont back on as well. Another handball for Bont. That'll be a kick for Kennedy. Lindsay out for... So, Cleary, Roberts, Lindsay out. Yep, for Loman, Hardeman, Bont. Good. Anything on change, Levi, Bice, Foss. I think they're still good outs. If you could trade out like Foss over Lindsay, but I doubt you probably can with cash. But yeah, I like those trades, Riley. I know, yes, for double dummy. Wow, where has this been? But Treloar's back on. Says double dummy. What? Where's what? Oh, you're talking about the Hawthorn starting well, I'm assuming. Treloar's back on. So that's good news for Treloar. That's a mark for Bramble. I was hoping you're going board to Bont. Bont's currently on Amon. If they go to Bont, he's actually got a Bont's here. Oh, Bont didn't turn around quick enough. Oh, is Bont's here. Bont, take the mark, Bont. That's pretty poor from Bont. He got outmarked by Massimo D'Ambrosio. It didn't look comfortable under that ball, Bont. I don't know what that was about. That was pretty poor. Might kick Bont into gear, though, says Kent Hodder. Bont being quiet, says Foss loves AFL. Yeah, Bont has been quiet to start, which has been disappointing. He's had his bench rest, though, so if he can get a few touches in this quarter to end the quarter, then that's okay. But, yeah, not a big start for Bont, unfortunately. Not really getting any of the easy ball. There's O'Donnell for a +6. I was hoping Bont was going to put up a solid score. I'm hoping Bont puts up a solid score tonight. I paid up for him when I arguably probably shouldn't have with the team value, but going Roberts out, probably had to upgrade him to someone I like, so that's why I ended up doing the Bont one anyway. Treloar had a knock, but he's playing through it, says Kent Hodder. Treloar's never fit, says we'll buy it. Roy Thompson, what does the team review do? If you send through your team near the start of the week, it's probably the better time, just because then you get the whole week to do it. But you asked me for a code on the Patreon, Riley. I sent through the code. You had to ask me on queue. Use that code because it's a free voucher code for patrons, and then send screenshots to your team, and I'll review it and give you a personalised audio response. Each patron gets one per week. So if you'd like that, then that is an option for you to use each week. So I know you are a Patreon, Riley. That was a handball for Kennedy there. Holding Roberts, I can carry the back-to-back zeros or can trade Roberts next week if I want. Cleary, Bison, Marek out this week. Yeah, I don't mind that. You arguably could trade Roberts over Bice if that gets you a better upgrade, but if it doesn't, I don't mind. I think both will go eventually. That is a tackle for Kennedy. So Kennedy's has started pretty well. Part of me now wishes I went Kennedy over Bont. The way that Kennedy started. Bont's been pretty quiet. Kennedy's been involved. Kennedy's up to 21 now as well. Bont's on 11, I believe. Just need a goal or something from Bont. If Bont can kick a goal or get some plus. So, Bont's here potentially. Give the handball to Bont. Bont, get the goal, son! No, he's missed it. That's a shame. That would have been nice. Thoughts on Roberts to Bergman, Bice to Hardiman, and Gross to Lohman. Yeah, I like those, Corey. Ticks from me. Yep, you're getting rid of a red dot and you're fixing up a couple of guys there. Yeah, I like it. What we trades this week, says Vince Cubes. So I've gone Bice to Hardiman, Roberts to Bont. Haven't finalised my third trade yet. There's also a chance I just trade it like a Carroll or maybe a Boxall over Bice just for the week to get the extra number. So that's what I'm looking at. With the richer matchup, no Roberts. If he's not the sub, I might opt for that. But I don't know. I have to have a bit of a think and a bit of a look at my team. It was a bit of a rush when Roberts is out to get the stream and everything sorted. So didn't have time to look at it a huge amount. See, Bond still had 6 touches. He's just had a lot of handballs and not many tackles or he hasn't had a mark yet either. So hopefully he can rack those up as the game goes on. As long as he tons up, that's all I really want from Bont. If he can just ton up tonight, that's fine. So if you haven't done already, smash a like on the video. We've already got 27, so appreciate everyone that's liked the video. Very much appreciate it. If you haven't done it, please do. Obviously, we're trying to get to 100 every stream, so that's obviously our goal. So if you can do that, that would be very, very much appreciated. Hawks are on fire, says Henry V. Yeah, they started very well. Bice to Berman this week, and the Primo defender I'd go to is Naz, so happy to wait, says Kent. Hodder. Yep, that's fine. Yep, I like Naz next week as an option. There's Bont for another handball. So Bont's getting a lot of handballs at the moment, which is fine. He's still touching the ball, but it's not great in terms of fantasy scoring. He's not really racking up the points. Bice out next week, says Roy Thompson. Yeah, potentially if he's not the sub, you could hold and trade him out the week after. Damn it, wanted Butler, but also wanted to look first. Love being Kennedy on, says Moon Boy. Yeah, Kennedy started well, and yeah, Butler's someone that you can watch and maybe look to next week. There's Kennedy handball, so Kennedy started pretty well. There's Davidson, that could be holding the ball. Yeah, no, I'm free. Yeah, it's holding the ball for him. Bales, does Rankin get more mid-cock this week, says Moon Boy. I'm not sure. His mid-time's obviously taken a bit of a decrease, so probably something to watch moving forward, but yeah, I'm not too sure. There's Seamus Mitchell. First time I've seen Seamus tonight, so I'm hoping he puts up an all right score. He could be another option. Was 1K off Kenny this week, says Corey. Yeah, that sucks. He's started pretty well. 9 times Bales, have you watched Lilo and Stitch yet? If so, any good? Yes, I watched it already, definitely. I thought it was pretty good. Obviously, a few changes to the movie that I would have probably liked stayed the same. Obviously, the big one for me is not having the original voice actor of Jumba, but I think he passed away a few years ago from what I saw, so that's why. Bont, another handball. That was the only thing, but I liked it. I thought it was good. There's obviously movie critics out there that say, it was changing the original, but they were never going to have it the exact same as the original, just with a few changes. But I wouldn't have minded if it was, because I love the originals, right? That was my whole childhood. So I love the Lilo and Stitch movies. And I'll probably, to be honest, I'll probably go back and watch all the animated ones now, because I haven't seen them in years. So I'll probably go back and watch it. But what does the team review do, says Roy Thompson. Exactly what it says. Just reviews your team. And if you like instead of saying, I'll pretty much say if I had your team, what I would do with trades. That's pretty much what the team review is, Riley. Vince Cubes, how does your utility thing work for trades using DPs? Because I want better midfielders. It just works in terms of if you want to trade a defender to the midfield and you've got a defender min utility, it helps with flexibility and stuff like that. Steve-O, would you tick off Bice to Bergman, Roberts to Hardiman, and Ashcroft to Bont? Yeah, ticks for me. Yep. Yep, for sure, Steve-O. Dink M. Bales, you should run a fantasy app improvement suggestion session. I don't know how good I'd be at it, but you never know. I'm not sure. I know that suggestions are normally, like, people have different ones, and some people like some than others. Obviously, Ronnie Lockout's probably the one that people will want maybe changed or something like that. That's out of bounds. There's a minute to go in the quarter. Not huge. Obviously, it's not a huge fantasy game, this one, right? But no one's really... Like, Kennedy's obviously started pretty well, but no one's really smashing it just yet. When you're trading Shea Bolton, says Steve-O, probably post-buys for me at the moment is when I'm looking at moving him on. Richards... Bont could get a... Oh, no, they're going back to Richards. Bont just is not getting involved. Come on, Bont, man. There's Kennedy. Kenny's got Bont short. No, he's gone long. Still 40 seconds to go. Bont's free for a handball. And they kick it to bloody Morrison instead. Butler 29 is huge, says Double Dummy. Yeah, it's a good start for Butler. I'm a bit worried about trading into Bont, though, the way he started. He's just not really got involved at all. I'm hoping that's something he can maybe get a touch late, potentially. There's another kick for Kennedy. Kennedy started really well. There's a tackle for Butler. Yeah, it just has not been the start from Bont that I wanted, unfortunately. And I think he might be unique against Lemon in our matchup, so I really need him to get going. Who did you VC and C, says Roy Thompson? No, I've gone Baz VC into Cherry Captain. That's what I've done. What other games are you streaming, says Vince Cubes? Probably just Saturday night. I won't do one tomorrow night with the Crows playing. I'll be at the game or out watching it somewhere. So, I had Kenny in my team 10 minutes before the game. Butler looking like an option. Butler and Kenny going nuts, says Ben Hayes. Don't think it was good to VC Bont, says Roy Thompson. Kenny must have, says Tony Ford. All right, let's go through these scores. Jesus. Matt Kenny's on 40. Oh, maybe I should have gone Kenny over Bont for the forward status. Great start for Kennedy. Nash and Morrison also going along nicely. Ed Richards going along well, 35. English on 33. Butler's on 33 as well. He's had a good start if you jumped on him. Aim on 32. Meeks on 28 as well. McDonald 22. Newcomb 21. Liver 21. Moore 19. Bont is up to 19. Did Bont take a mark? I didn't remember Bont taking a mark. Maybe I must have missed it, but 19's not awful, right? He still had 8 touches, just the tackles and that weren't there. So if he can start tackling, we know Bont can have a big quarter, right? So 19 is okay, but obviously we want more. Mitchell's on 18. Dale's on 15. Dale's had a quiet start to the game. Fraser's on 12. Ramsden 10. Sanders 8. Trelaw 6. Davidson's on 1. So quiet start for Davidson there. But yeah, that's how we're looking for the first quarter. Obviously, if you trade into Kenny, you'd be very, very happy. I nearly went Kenny as well, but I went for Bont instead. I could have got both, but I thought it'd be not great for team value moving forward. Who's Butler and where's he playing? Says Jack. Sam Butler, well, he's played before, and he's playing more of a midfield forward role. Played a bit of midfield time and looked pretty good. Just want Bont to get 100, says Lee Everett, and I'll be happy. Yeah, Lee, I'm exactly the same, mate. If he just tons up, that's all I'm after. Because then his good run starts next week. I got him in for this week because I was going to get Butters next week. So, El Hawley to Johnson and field 20, or Bice to Hardeman field 19. Ooh. I'd do Bice to Hardeman, I think. Just because is Johnson going to count for you anyway? I wouldn't think so. So I'd probably just get the downgrade. But if you got Bice but then you get Bice and Johnson. Is there another trade you can do, Jim? Butler's on ball over Warple, says Henry V. Jack, the Bont mark was the one on 50 metres out. Oh, yeah, sorry, Jack, of course. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yep, yeah, that's the one. Looks like a lock, says Henry V. Richard says red lighting. Yep, you started well. What do I do with Bowie, says Steve-O? I'd probably hold, but if you got nothing else to do, then you can trade. How many premiums do you have playing? I think I've got 16 good scorers. I don't know how many premiums exactly, but I've got some good scorers. Hey, Bales, thoughts on Will Hayes, says Stu. Not for me. Just he plays on Monday. We're not going to know if he's named till Sunday night. I wouldn't worry about it. Will Hayes is the guy that if he's named this week plays and then he's named post his round 14 bye. So he's a target in round 15. That's what I'm more looking at. Guess I'm grabbing Butler and Kennedy, says Ben Hayes. Johnny Test, hey, Bales just joined the stream. What other trades do you end up doing? So I've gone Bice to Hardiman, Roberts to Bont. Not sure on the third trade yet. I haven't looked, but Bergman's probably coming in for someone. If I can do like Carroll out instead of Bice, I'm looking at doing that to get an extra number this week. But I'll have to play around with it. I'm not sure. I didn't have time to really look at my trades. All I just did was Roberts to Bont. And Hardiman to Bice was one I've had for a bit. So I'll have to look at it. But that's what I'm looking at doing. Jim 910, there's no other trades I can do. It's one of those two choices. Where's Johnson named? Is Johnson named on the ground or on the bench? Let me have a look. So I think Hardiman long term. Actually, I think I'd still do Bice to Hardiman just because Bice has got the bye next week. He's going to drop cash regardless unless he goes massive. And Johnson could just be a red dot anyway. So Johnson, I think, is named on. So Johnson's done on the ground. So it really comes down to, Jim, what you think of the 19 you've got if you do that option. Are you happy with the 19 with Hardiman, or do you want the extra number and can loop between a few players? Because Bison Johnson could be okay, but I just think long term, I think Hardiman will make more cash. So really comes down to what you want, Jim. Max Hansen, Roberts to Hardiman, Trainer to Hardiman. Okay, he said Bice to Lohman or Boxall to... I'm not sure exactly what you're doing there, Max, because Roberts to Bont. So Roberts to Bont, Trainer to Hardiman, and Bice to Lohman, or Boxall to Lohman 4K. I would trade Boxall out over Bice this week just to get the extra scorer, and Boxall's not going to be playing moving forward. Whereas Bice will give you a score this week. I'd do that if Bice isn't the sub. Jack, thoughts on Ed Allen? Not bad, but I'd almost want to wait till after his bye. I know he's got a low break even, but I just want to probably wait and see first, but probably not at this stage. Jack, I'd get him in 2 weeks because Pies in bye next week, says that Bulldog guy won. I'd agree, yep. Johnny Test, nice, mate. I've done Roberts to Bergman, Marek to Loan and Lindsay to Bont, banking 230k for next week, so hoping to get Jackson and Brayshaw with maybe Butler. Yep, don't mind it. That Bulldog guy won. I'm trying not to throw my phone in my TV, but I feel like I'm about to. Yeah, not a great start by the Dogs. I tipped the Dogs, so I'm hoping they can turn it around. Hopefully they go all right. Is Amon doing okay? Bales by look. Yeah, Benny is. Yeah, he started pretty well. He's had a good start. So, there you go. So Bont's still on 19. Any adjustments? Doesn't look like it. Looks like the same. Did English get added something maybe? But yeah, besides that, that's the way it started. I just want to have a look at my matchup with Lemon. Did he bring in anyone? I know he was looking at a Bont or a Kennedy, but I want to see, did he bring in one of them? Or were they uniques? Let's have a look. Content Creators Cup. Doesn't look like he brought in Bont or Kennedy this week. I don't reckon. Did he? I think he's gone Bice up to a did he go Buddy Dale maybe? Bice up to Dale? Was he kept? Oh, maybe he's kept Dale because he's traded Roberts out instead. Or he's traded Davidson. No, Davidson's probably out for him. I'm not sure what Lemon's actually done, actually. So he's going Gorn VC into Dacos at the moment, so he's not looking at Baz. He probably would have. He might have gone Cherry, actually. He's probably gone Marshall to Cherry, I reckon. So, which is annoying because I thought Cherry was going to be unique for me. But second quarter's about to start. So let's go. Hopefully, Bont, big quarter we need here. That's for sure. Bont is definitely capable of a 30, 40-point quarter, says Lee Everett. Oh, 100%. Yeah, agreed. He's capable of 50, 60-point quarter, right? He's capable of being on 60 at half time. He just needs to get going. I think that's another Kennedy tackle. Bloody Kennedy's going well. Bont at quarter time. I'm in acres of space. Kick the ball to me and we win. Hopefully he said that, Kent. I'd be good. I've done Levi Ashcroft to Harvey Langford. I'm just seeing if Bont's getting touches there. No, it's going to be another ball up. I've done Levi Ashcroft to Harvey Langford. Daniel to McCluggage and Marek to Myers. I wouldn't do that Ashcroft to Langford there, that Bulldog guy one, because Langford's got a bye coming out and he just dropped the 30-odd last week. So I'd look at another trade. But Marikow could be all right there. But Myers got a buy as well coming up. McCluggage got a buy coming up. That would be my worry with them. I've gone McCluggage, VC, and Cherry Captain, says Bulldog got one. Don't mind it. I'm a bit nervous about McCluggage VC just because of the wet weather. I don't know if he's going to get those marks to get that score up, so I probably wouldn't look at that. But if you want to go for it, it's a VC, so you can sort of see what happens. And then Cherry Captain's obviously a very good pick. I like the Cherry Captain. If you haven't smashed like on the video yet, please do. We're up to 33 already, so if we can get to 50 before half time, then please do. We need Bont. Where's Bont? Need him to start getting involved. He's slapping it forward. Pick the ball up, Bont, and get a disposal. Like Ed Richards and Kennedy are dominating, and you've got Bont who's just not doing anything at the moment. Like I know he's had 8 touches, but he's just not touching it. Come on, Bont. We know that you're better than this, mate. What's your thoughts on Cooper Lord? Hang on, Kez. I'll just say that. Kaz, I'll say and answer it in a second. I just want to see if Bont is going to... No, that's a Kennedy tackle there again. So Kennedy's racking up. Bont's not doing anything, which is fantastic. Not. Kennedy's up to 44. Like, it's a pretty big difference between the two so far, which is very frustrating. I didn't want to pay. It'd be typical of me to pay it for $1 million play and them again to drop a dud score. Like I brought Dacos in, he dropped a dud score. Bont's been so consistent all year, but of course it'll be the week that I get him, he won't put up a good score. And because he's my only player this week, that's holding the ball, surely. He threw the ball. There's a kick for Bont. Finally, Bont getting another touch. It's only his 3rd kick for the game. He's had a lot of handballs. Kennedy's in the middle free. No, they go longer to Treloar. No, that's Vandermeer, sorry. The blonde hair got me confused. I think that was a tackle for Sanders. More handball as well. Nearly Fraser getting impy down there. And O'Donnell. Is Bont here? English to Davidson. No, so Bont's not out this way. So he's on the other wing. I know that he's capable of turning it around, right, Bont? And he's not doing all... He's on 22. So it's like he's not going absolutely crap, but it's just not been the start that I was hoping for from Bont, even though it's a tough matchup. There's a kick from Treloar. But Bont's here. Like, Bont's free short if he called for it. Go to Bont. Sanders goes in the middle. That's bloody Kennedy as well. My God. Kennedy's just absolutely ripping it apart at the moment. He was the pick. Kennedy was the pick. And Kennedy kicks the goal. Kennedy was the bloody pick. He was the pick. So he's going to be on 57, I believe. They haven't added the goal yet, but he's going to be near 60. And meanwhile, Bont is on 22. That is so frustrating. Of course, I made the wrong call. 50-50 call. Go for the wrong one. Evening all. Bont VC looking not so good, says Karen. Yeah, no, it's not. It's looking bad. But Kaz, sorry, I didn't answer your question. Thoughts on Cooper, Lord, Lawler, Trainer, Roberts out for Bont, Hardiman, and Lord. Can't afford Bourbon type. Already got Loman. Skeptical of any cheaper options. Yeah, it's fine. Yep, I think if you're going Lawler, Cooper, Lord, that's fine. See what he does. You've already got a Loman anyway, so yeah, maybe take a punt. You could go for it for sure. Brisbane Buds currently got Baz VC and ex-captain. Tick that off. Oh, mate, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So definitely tick those off. And double checking, you tick off Briggs to X, Roberts to Rosie, Trainer Hardiman. Oh, yeah, mate, love those trades. Tick those off and take them to the bank for sure. Love those trades. Bont with a handball. And West misses, but Bont got a handball at least. Might go Lord, says Bulldog Guy 1. How long is Roberts out for? What's even up with him, says Ray Thompson. Illness, so he's out. Moonboy had Kenny since round 11. Jumped on because my buy structure's okay. Keep going English, says Moonboy. Prototube says dog fight game. Who are you guys rooting for? I tip dogs, so I want the dogs to win. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Dead Set had Kenny all week, then flipped to Bont as Kent Hodder. I would have gone Bont as well, but it's unfortunate it's going this way. Kenny is what Dunkley's supposed to be, says Jack. Would you go Lord, says that Bulldog Gold 1. I don't mind Cooper Lord as an option. It's risky, but I don't mind it. Go Dog says Elihu Lupo. I hope I got that right, mate. If I've got that wrong, apologies. Can't believe I missed Butler, says Moonboy. Oh, mate, don't kick yourself for that one, because I don't think really many people are looking at Butler this week, just with the question marks over what his role was going to be. Was he going to be able to score? But he's looked good, so he's someone that could be a downgrade option to look at moving forward. Someone I'll probably look at next week. Tackle for Fraser. What's your favourite AFL team, says Elihu. Looks like Harms is injured at the moment. I'm an Adelaide Crows fan, so Crows for me. Why are people hot on Lord? I don't see it, says Henry V. Just as a forward, he's cheap. He's played on a wing and looked pretty good last few weeks, so that's why people are looking at him as a potential option. Gunston, that's an up and under kick. Kenny, another handball. Kenny just racking up still. And he won't stop. And intercept much. See, Bulldogs just can't get anything moving forward. Like, they're just kicking it straight to Hawthorn every time. Evening, gents. How are we all? How you going, Max? Hope you're going well. Bont hadn't started great. Traded him in, of course. So it'd be nice if he can lift. And Kenny has started very well. Here's Kenny again. Another kick for Kennedy. Oh, he just keeps racking up. He's going absolutely nuts at the moment, Kennedy, which is frustrating because I could have gone him, but went Bont instead, which I'm not unhappy about getting Bont, but Kenny's on 65. Like, when you've got a guy that's on 65 and you guys in the 20s at the moment, it's not what you want. It's the buy effect, says Nathan Thomas. Potentially, but you think a guy like Bont a week to freshen up is not a bad thing. So, and if that was the case for him, it'd be for all the players. But then again, yeah, I guess the buy effect in terms of Dogs haven't started great. Maybe that is the buy. Go Bont. No, didn't get the tackle because it went to a Hawthorn player. Bont was free for a short kick and Bailey Dale said, no thanks. I'm not going to go to the captain. Go to Bont. Bont's inside. Williams, get the handball. And he misses Bont, but Bont still able to get the kick away. Well, Bont's getting the touches, right? He's getting a lot of disposal, but he's not marking, he's not tackling, and he's handballed a lot. There's a inboard to Harms. Should have gone Kennedy, says Max Bosm. Some people are saying piss off Kennedy, but other people say keep going Kennedy, so it's quite funny. His points per minute's very good. A lot of sub-impacted low scores and proven best 22 recently, says Kent Hodder. That's for Lord. Roberts being a laid-out switch my trade from Kenny to Bont. Hate to see it. Yeah, it is frustrating for sure. Moonboy says smash up likes of bales. Yes, exactly right. We got 37 so far, so if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. Obviously, 100 is our goal on every stream. I don't see how the AFL cannot have teams coming off the bye playing each other, says Nathan Thomas. Yeah, very good point. Yep. Max Bosm, yeah, would love a 110 plus some aim on to get a few points back from last week, says Max. Double dummy Kenny to the bench, so at least he won't score for a few minutes, says double dummy. Kent Hodder was hoping we'd get a more contested game so Nuke and Bont could rack up tackles. DJ Trelorin, I thought Kenny less midfield time, so went Bont. We know Bont will still be good though, says DJ. Yeah, great. It's just we probably want that good score week 1, so hopefully you can keep it can get going and get a good score. Did 3 sideways trades this week. Didn't know which rookie to get, so wanted to look this week. Yeah, don't mind that, Moonboy. Mystique, only reason I didn't go Kenny is because I wanted to see how he would be impacted by Treloar. Yeah, that's another good point, right? We wanted to see how it was going to go with Treloar back, so Yeah, just need those tackles from Bont, really. Like, no, that's not going to be a tackle because it went to fucking Hawthorn again. So Bont's tried laying 2 tackles, and both times they've gone to Hawthorn. That's the frustrating thing, is that his tackles at the moment he's not getting because they're going to his teammates. There's another handball for Bont. So he's getting touches. It's just he's not filling up the stat lines to get the score really going. Bont could be on for a mark here. No, Butler has spoiled it away from him. So even Bont's not taking the contested marks at the moment, which is frustrating. I bet even Speeding Bullet couldn't catch this Kenny guy, says Henry V. Rich's Kenny, Batman and Robin, says Ben Hayes. Finn McGuinness got a mark there. So Bont's up to 29. He's had 12 disposals. He's a leading disposal. Sorry, he's equal second on the ground for touches. So Kenny's had the most touches. Sorry, Kenny's the leading scorer on the ground, but had the same touches as Bont. But he's nearly 40 points clear because he's had 4 marks, 4 tackles, and a goal. Whereas Bont hasn't done that yet. He's only had the 1 mark, no tackles. A lot of handballs in those 12 touches as well. God, English should have marked that then. Yeah, bloody Kennedy. Hopefully, as I said, hopefully Bont can get it going. Like, if Dogs get a mark here, Bont could be on for a +6, but they need a mark. No, Ginnivan's going to get it. Smothered by Fraser. He got a kick away, but doesn't help because it's to no one. There's Butler tackled by Harms. Come on, Bont. Really need to get... Because Bont's still going to come to the bench as well this quarter. We just need... I know for a fact Bont can rack up like 3-4 tackles pretty quickly, right? So we just need him to start doing that. Fraser just a dump hack kick out. There's Ward. Good kick to Ramsden. So Ramsden lining up for goal. Bice is in and Roberts out. Unreal, says Chris. Yeah, funny how that it changed from being that early in the week, and now it's probably looking like a lot of people are going to be holding Bice with him being out. I'd imagine that Bont's about to go to the bench as well. So this is pretty bad from Bont. 29. He's still got to come to the bench. I don't think there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than trading in someone that's expensive and then them putting up not a great score on debut. But the way that it's going, it seems very likely that that's looking like the case at the moment. Unless Bont can really get going. Don't know if he's gone to the bench now or if he's on the ground still. No, he's on the ground still, but another Hawthorn free kick. This is very frustrating. Sometimes I really hate doing watch-alongs when I've brought a player in on debut. There's like the Nick Martin where you got him on debut and they smash it out of the park first game, but then there's ones like this where you bring in a player high price and they just are quiet and they don't get the ball. And I've got to sit here stream for 3 hours while he's not doing anything. I'm switching Bice to Cherry. Switching Bice to Cherry to Langford. So I'm assuming you're trading Langford out instead of Bice. Is that what you're looking at? Like, Bont could be on for a disposal here. Give it to Harms. Give it to Bont. Harms, give it to Bont. If you look to your left... No, he hasn't gone. He's got... What a shit kick to Vandermeer as well. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you looked in board, you actually had Bont in for an easy +6 and shot at goal. And instead he goes long with a crap kick. Vandermeer's just a spud. Butler must have now, says Moonboy. I wouldn't say must have, but he's looking good. So, come on, Bont. A goal here would be fantastic. No, and Hawthorn just going to kick it out again. This is such a frustrating watch. So Bont's come off. Yep, there you go. For a rest, and he's done nothing. So was getting Kenny until Roberts was out. He was a must. Yeah, I think with Roberts being out, he had to trade, and obviously people probably got Bont instead. Bont isn't the Dogs' best player, says Andrew. I still think he is, but he's not looking great tonight. Same as some people did with Merritt and Dacos a few times. I couldn't hold Bias to break even, and Chansey goes poorly again's too high for me. I might hold just to get the extra score. He's fucking Kennedy again, man. Like, seriously, like he's racking up, and I've got Bont who's done nothing. Sometimes I just hate this game. I hate this game. I hate fantasy. Like, I continue to play fantasy, and I continue to make the wrong call and get the wrong players in. It's so frustrating. Like, Bont can save it. I'm not going to say he's not going to ton up from here. He's the sort of guy that can rack up 50 points in a quarter and all of a sudden be smashing it. But at the moment, it's just not great. Bales, my trades this week are Bice, Robertson, Hall for Madden, Hardiman, and Doc Caldwell or Berg stuck on those last three. I'd go Bergman, I think. And here's Kennedy again. Like, just absolutely racking up. Getting into defense, getting kicks, getting into the forward line, getting kicks. Like, I believe he's on 71. This is it's just shit. It really is. I'm glad for people that got Kennedy. Like, they're getting a good score. But as someone that went Bont over Kennedy, this is really, really hard to watch. And there's a mark for Dylan Moore. Bont 90% Tog, time for a rest. Yeah, he was always going to go for a rest. Planning ahead for next week's trades already. This week went to shit with Roberts out and no rookies. Issue with Butler is Biter still comes. Says Double Dummy. Agreed. Kenny has slowed down a bit. Oh, he's on the bench. That's why. Kenny and Rich are elite, says Andrew. Bont is 100% Dog's best player. Is he the Dog's best fantasy player, though? Queries. I am on getting burnt. Big sad, says Max Bosm. Bont hasn't done nothing. Bias last week was nothing. Yeah, it's been very, very frustrating watching this from Bont. I'm hoping he comes on in the next minute or two. Then at least he's got 5-6 minutes to get some points. But yeah, it's looking pretty bad at the moment. Kennedy, you star, says Moonboy. Yeah, he's been very, very good. It's just been very frustrating. Can we get these subs interchanges going? No, and Bont's still sitting on the bench, not looking like he's going to even come on at the moment. Which is frustrating. I thought he was going to come back on then. Come on, Bont. Get off the bench and get back on the ground. Not only does your team need you, but Bales and everyone else that brought you in need you to really lift, because 29 points at over $1 million is not going to cut it. Do we still trade in that West Coast rookie because we know he's going to play, says Chris? I wouldn't know. Because he could be sub first game, and you just wait until he's an option to downgrade to. I wouldn't be bringing him in this week. Really need a goal. Need a goal in the game just to get these interchanges going. Davidson, come on, set someone up. Oh, not. Oh, my God. Kennedy again. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. It should not be this big a difference in terms of their scoring. Fucking hell. This is shit. And he's missed, but that won't even get the interchanges happening either. We've got 5 minutes left, and Bont is still on 29. Meanwhile, Kenny's on 77. This is just 50 points difference. Like, this is so crap. It's unbelievable. Like, Bont has only had 3 less touches, and he's nearly 50 points behind Matt Kennedy because Kennedy hits all the stat lines. Just kick a goal. Someone, please, just get these interchanges going. Like, it's been a very scrappy game at the moment. It hasn't really been the best game to watch. And two Dogs players spoil each other. Hawthorn, don't care. Go down, kick goal. Just get a goal kicked or something. Yeah, Chol might kick a goal here. Gives it to Gunston. Goal. Bont should come back on now, but he's only got 4.5 minutes to score. Meanwhile, Ed Richards, literally every player I considered from the Dogs this week is over 50. Bailey Dale, Ed Richards and Matt Kennedy. And meanwhile, the only one I brought in Bont is the only one that's doing shit. Yeah, this is... We had a couple of good weeks of watch-alongs, but it seems like this is going to be one where it's going to be a shit one, I reckon. On the bright side, Bales, your Crows look like they'll be a flag contender for the next few years. I hope so, mate. It's not helping right now because fantasy is at my forefront of my mind, but yes, it's good to see the Crows doing well. Halftime ton, says DJ. I hope not, mate. This is just, yeah. That's why I hate Roberts. Kennedy is him. Is it time for the Hawks to tag Kennedy, says Double Dummy. Bales just streams curses, says Ben Hayes. It's not cursed. The last few weeks have been good. It's just that it must be me spending up for players is just cursed. And Bont, another tackle, and it goes to the Hawthorn player again. So he could be on 40. There's a Kennedy tackle and a kick. I'm going to lose my shit in a minute. I really am going to lose my shit. This is just crap. So Bont gets tackles, but they go the Hawthorn player. Kennedy gets tackles, and not only that, he gets a kick. He's on 84. 84. And Bont's on 29. There is a 55-point difference between these two. I tried out Marek for Bont and emptied the bank. If Marek goes, well, I'll be spewing, says Karen. He could be dropped. My mate has 500 on Dogs to win and Bont 20 plus, Richards 20 plus and goals for Kenny and Gunston. Henry V. Bont was probably most popular. He was, yep. Moonboy, bring back Buslinger. Josh Hopkins, so happy I went Kennedy. Elite, hate watch if you got Kenny and not Bont, says Chris. Anyone got a time machine, says Schultze. Oh, mate, I wish I did. Remember you brought Bont for the rest of the year, not just tonight, says Jack. Yeah, I know, but I could have got Bont in a week or two, and I could have got his pop score. Yeah, that's not going to help, unfortunately, Jack. Yeah, it's still a hard watch. And like Richards is continuing to dominate. And that's a goal for Richards. So literally every single player except Bont is scoring well. But surprised how many in the chat also went Kenny, says Henry V. We're getting a Ned Long second half from Bont. We good Bales, heart of the card, says LM. Oh, mate, we need it. If Bont doesn't turn up tonight, I'm going to be really disappointed because he's going to lose cash. And every time I pay up for someone, it just doesn't work. It never, ever works. And I don't know why I continue to do it. Surely, I would love to think surely at some point I pay up for someone that actually goes well. It never does. We're going Levi to Kennedy, says Andrew. Max, I went Caldwell instead of Kennedy, lol, but hopefully Caldwell does well. Brisbane Bloods, I should have gone Roberts to Kennedy instead of Rosie and Flick Martin back. I would have gone Rosie instead, Brisbane Bloods. I would have gone Rosie. You holding by, says Tim. Maybe. I haven't looked at what I can do with adjusting trades. I just had to trade Roberts out, but yes, potentially. And here's Ed Richards again. They're literally going away from Bont every time they've got the ball. It's not just Kenny now. Richards is doing this stuff as well, says Kent Hodder. Yeah, mate, that's what I'm saying. Literally all the Dogs players now scoring well except Bont. And Bont's not being tagged either. This is the most frustrating thing is Bont isn't being tagged and yet he's not. Hang on, here we go. No, Bont kicked it. Oh my God, hey, is that a goal? I mean, Bont's kicked it. I reckon that's rolled through for a goal. Bont's kicked the goal. We might be back on here. I don't know if it might be touched. Bont thinks it's probably going to be touched. No, I don't reckon it's a goal. I reckon Battle touched it. I don't think it's a goal. I think Battle touched it. I think it was touched. Still points, but I think it's touched. We'll see, I guess we'll see, but I reckon it's touched. Do you think getting Hardiman next week, says Tim Ashworth? You could get Hardiman next week. Yeah, that's definitely touched. See what I mean? When the luck's not going your way, it's just not going your way, and it's touched by the barest of fingers, and it's touched. So, yeah, I didn't think he kicked the goal. My main opponent has Kenny Newcomb and Dale versus my Bont. Not looking good, says DJ. I'm having buyers regret. Did the Bont trade 5 minutes before bounce? Yeah, I brought Bont in Supercoach as well. I brought Bont pretty much everywhere. Richards is their best player. People need to respect him. He's a great player. Couldn't bring myself to do a dog because always pick the wrong one, says JR. Bont Rocket, says Chris. Yep, hopefully, mate, that works. I hope that the Rocket works for him because he's certainly not started very well. Right, stuffed my trades up, says Tim Ashworth. Yeah, mate. I think he stuffed a lot of people up, unfortunately. Aim on tackle, let's go, says Max. Corey Badge, Kenny, don't get the Supercoach scaling. He has a 44-point fantasy quarter and only 11 Supercoach. Never gets the love. Goal umpire was trying to help us, says Karen. Goal umpire traded in Bont, says Jack. And Weddle intercept mark. But Dogs are just banging it in. They're just not finding an option at the moment. Got Elihu Lupo. What team you go for in the AFL? I'm a Crows fan. I go for the Crows. So hopefully win tomorrow. Big game for them tomorrow. Finally, a Kennedy tackle that wouldn't have counted. Didn't count because it went to the Hawthorn player. What happened to Roberts? Was he dropped? Says Max. Illness. Out for illness. Needs Seamus Mitchell to get going, says Nate Morgan. Shouldn't have gone Bont, says Sneaky Fusion. I'm frustrated because he's not scoring well, but I'm not sitting here saying I shouldn't have. I should have gone Kenny over Bont, right? But I was always Bont over Kenny all week, and Bont is still going to be in my team now for the remainder of the year. So that's fine. So I'm not annoyed at that. I'm annoyed at just, again, a quiet game so far. And it's a Hawthorn free kick. I don't know how they pulled that out. Tim Ashworth, do you think Roberts to Bont, Peatling to Myers, Cleary to Gallup? I had to keep Ashcroft and Bice, not happy. I wouldn't be going Peatling out, I don't think. I think Peatling to Myers is a bit of a waste. I don't think I'd be going... And I wouldn't be going Cleary to Gallup either. Gallup's not a player I want any part of. He might only be there for a week. It's going to be wet. He could score 20 tomorrow. So I'm not going there. So, Tim, for you, I'd go Roberts to Bont, Cleary to Lohman, and then I don't know what you can do with that other trade, but the third trade, I'd look at doing something else. Now Hawthorn just chipping round, wasting time for the end of the half, so just no time for Bont to score any points at all. And Bont's not going for contested marks either. He's just watching the ball as it goes over his head. This is incredibly frustrating. Bont... If anyone says to me that Bont's a better contested mark around the ground than Dawson, I would disagree with that. Based on what I've seen tonight, Bont is just not trying to take any contested marks, and Dawson does it frequently every game. You could probably say Bont's still better, but yeah, this is just absolute shit. Finished at the game, might go the takeaway early, says Chris. MLJ says, where you're watching the game, I'm from America and want to get into this sport. G'day, mate. G'day all the way from America. Most of us are from Australia, so yeah, g'day, mate. Hope you're going well. Whereabouts in America are you from? I'm interested to know whereabouts, what state. But, mate, appreciate you tuning in all the way from across the other side of the world. There's a goal for Chol. Are we going to get at least a CBA? Looks like he's giving 75% effort, the Bont. Yeah, just doesn't look interested. And yet, Richards and Kennedy are the top two scorers of the game and absolutely going nuts. This game arguably couldn't be going much worse than the way it's going. Bont's on 33. Like this just... Oh, my God. There's a 51-point difference between Kennedy and Bont at the moment. And Ed Richards is even doing so much better as well. Literally made the only player that's doing crap is Bont. East Coaster says MLJ. Cool, mate. That's cool. Use a VPN and get KO or 7+ to watch AFL. You can't use KO with a VPN. It doesn't work, unfortunately. Sorry, missed your answer, says Alex. What was the question you had, Alex? There's a tackle for Bont at least to end the quarter, but Bont will close the gap, says Marco. Wonder if Bont's carrying injury. No, he looks fine, Tony. Looks fine, just hasn't got involved. Got Richards VC in my keeper league, says Corey. Alrighty, let's go through the scores. Kenny's on 84, dominating. Just very frustrating not having him. Ed Richards, 66. He's dominating as well. Nash going well, 66. English 66 is going on nice as well. If anyone's got him, we'd be happy with his score. Newcomb 54, Aim on 53. Good for those owners who got Aim on. Weddle 52, Meek 51. Dylan Moore's on 50 as well. He's had a good start. Dale's on 50 as well. What do we got? Butler's on 42. They haven't counted that tackle for Bont. That should be a tackle because he didn't get a disposal away. So I'm hoping that they add the tackle. But if he's not on, 37 or 33, still really shit regardless. So this is just, I don't even know. Just absolutely crap. Anyone else? Mitchell's 32. Fraser's 32. Ramsden 30. That's not awful if you jumped on him. Sanders 26. Davidson 22. Trelaw 18. And that's how we're looking. So Bont, that's just atrocious. He now needs to have a 67-point second half, which he can do, but that's just to get to a ton. So this is just probably as bad as it could really be going at the moment. When you've only got one player as well, and you pick the guy that's doing the worst out of all of them. Alex Harden will be on ground and 20 players with 2K in the bank versus Lohman on the bench moves O'Halloran to ground, 20 players and 102K in the bank. I'd go for Hardeman. I think the exit you've got Hardeman and O'Halloran instead. So I'd do that, Alex. David, did the Roberts out change of trades, Bales? It gave me the extra dollars I needed to get Bont instead of Kennedy. Oh, crap. Bloody knocking my drink everywhere. Where was I? Which was, hey, about an hour ago, says David. It didn't change my trade. It probably just changed in terms of might be able to trade out Carroll instead of like a Lindsay or maybe Levi as well. I'll have to see. That's probably what I'm looking at. P Exercise says, went Doc, Hardeman and Lord in thoughts. Don't mind it. It's a bit of a punt. Doc and Lord obviously are tricky just because I'm not sure, but Hardeman I like. Would you trade Cleary or Bice this week, says Max? If Bice isn't the sub, maybe you go Cleary just because Bice has got no Roberts and it's against Richmond. But it's a tough one. Depends if you need the extra score this week, Max. Adam Davies, hey Bales, who's your matchup in the Content Creators Cup League this week? Did they bring in Bont as well? So I'm up against Lemon. So literally I've had probably the toughest run the Content Creators Cup last 4 weeks when I'm bottom, which is fantastic. I went from MJ, who was second, to Louis, who was first, and then Lemon, who's been third for a lot of the season. I think he's down at 6 now, but he's right up there. I haven't played anyone that's struggling as well, so that's fantastic. At the moment, it says he's got Davidson. I think he traded Davidson. He obviously traded Roberts as well. I'm not sure if he went like Roberts. I'm actually not sure exactly what he's done this week. I think he's gone Marshall to Cherry, but yeah. Hopefully they give Bont the free kick back, says Kent Hodder. I'm not sure if they will. If they gave him the free kick back and then the tackle, he'd be on 40. But I watched last year's final series from Europe on KO. Use Surfshark VPN, no issues. Okay, interesting. I've used KO and it always says that the VPN, it doesn't work. So we'll have a full field either way, says P Exercise. If you've got... but you can probably still loot with Bice.
Depends if Bice loses cash, is that going to be detrimental to you? I'm not sure. I'd be happy to trade Cleary, though, because Cleary's not playing, and you get the extra score. Hopefully, yes, at 4, yep. Moonboy more than the eyes. Yeah, more someone to look at. Bice to Hardiman or Coleman to Lohman? Coleman to Lohman. Coleman's not playing. Bice at least is playing, and Lohman's a good pick, so I'll do that. Bont will still get 90 odds to Stu, but I don't want 90 odd, though. That's the thing, Stu. I paid $1 million for someone that I wanted at least a ton from, if not 110, just to get a solid score, and he's going to be putting up a real dud. And I had a feeling, I wonder if Bont goes really shit Thursday night, but I thought, no, I'll still get him, particularly with Roberts out. Yeah, Bont probably been playing too much Mario Kart, says Henry V. Makes sense, they're both overpriced. Why do I not go Kenny, says Will. Yeah, mate, I wish I was there. Why do we respect... I'm assuming that means disrespected Richards Moonboy. Yeah, he's obviously a very good player. And I should have gone him instead of Bont. So, should have gone anyone instead of Bont, actually. So, did he get tackle added? No, nothing still added. So, he's still on 33. He's had 13 touches, which is higher than everyone except for Newcomb, Richards and Kennedy, but he's behind all these players on points. It's just about as bad as it could have gone. It couldn't have gone really much worse so far. So, it's going pretty shit. But anyway, if you haven't already, please smash a like on the video. Currently sitting on 45. And obviously, we're trying to get to 100 every stream. So, if you can smash a like on the video, that would be fantastic. So, we can get to 100. Yeah, make sure you smash a like. I'm not sure I'm going to feed the dogs or not. I've got to see if anyone's home. But I will be back in a sec, guys. I'll probably just get a drink anyway, regardless. But I'll be back in a couple of minutes. But yeah, obviously chat amongst yourselves. And yeah, if you haven't already, smash a like on the video so we can get to 100. Obviously, the quicker we get there, then the quicker we can relax. But yeah, smash a like on the video. And yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Yep, no, don't need to do it tonight. Oh, hang on, about snip. Thought I was going to sneeze again, but no. Unbelievable. I'm still annoyed. I was hoping maybe going away for a couple minutes would make me feel better. And now they're showing an ad for Bont World. Well, he better play out this world in the second half because otherwise he's going to drop cash and I could have got him cheaper. I was so close as well to going Sam Walsh this week instead of Bont to save the money and maybe use that cash to trade 2 red dots out instead and get Bergman and Walsh. But I thought, no, I'll get Bont. He's the better, safer play long term. And, of course, he's playing shit. Is there any updates of scores? No. So they haven't, still didn't have, I'm going to refresh. They haven't added that tackle for Bont at the last bit, which I don't understand how on earth that wasn't added. Because the siren went, didn't get a kick away, he tackled him, and they haven't added it. He's still on 33. This is just... Look, I feel like everything I do this year just doesn't work. Like, no matter what I do, like, change strategy, do the right things, and nothing seems to change. It's just very frustrating, and it's very, very hard to just... Sean Collins wasn't a tackle, move on. Well, mate, it's half time and I'm sulking because I brought in $1 million player. It's not going well, so I'm not going to move on, unfortunately. Sorry, mate. Bont probably been playing, I said it before. Had Kenny trade in all week, changed to Bont half an hour before the game started. How good, says Has. Thanks, mate. That makes me feel even better. But good for you. At least you got the good player, though. I'll be on my bro. I got Kenny. Do I get Hardiman, Bergman, or Doc for trainer? If you can get Bergman, I'd go there, but Hardiman's good for cash. Max Boston, this is why I traded Libba ages ago. Treloar back in, and he drops off big time. When I traded Libba, I didn't check teams, and Treloar got injured, and Libba went huge against. Those points would have been very, very good. Yeah, very frustrating, Max. Tim Asher, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Very much appreciated. I had to change trades. What do you think? Cleary to Lohman, Roberts to Bont, Bice to Hardiman, and get Myers next week. I like those trades. Yep. I like those trades, and yeah, you can. I don't know if I wouldn't get Myers next week though. I just wouldn't get Myers at the moment. So I'd look at something else. Fiona, I was a Port supporter back in the 70s when they won 4 flags in 5 years. We would get 60,000 to a final. Sanford was huge back then. Is it still big, or do most people just follow AFL now? I think a lot of people, Fiona, just follow AFL now, to be honest. So I reckon that's what people are doing, I reckon. Sean Collins should have brought in Laird then. Mate, I should have. Yep, I love my boy. I should have brought my boy in. But, yeah, unfortunately, he's not an option, I don't think, at the moment. Jai Tanner, I hear you bails about the luck. It's all right. Had the same a few years ago. Forced trade every week, but 3. Last year paid me back. Next year for you, mate, next year is your year, mate. See, like, I appreciate that Jai, the comments there, right? And I know that, like, it's fine. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want next year to be my year. I want this year to be my year, even though it's already gone. So it's just a frustrating year. And hopefully AFL Fantasy is good. I think you misread my message, but as I said, you went Bont over Kennedy, Grim. Okay, yeah. Sorry, mate. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we can complain together. Yeah, sorry, Haz. I thought it said I had Kenny. Oh, okay. I had Kenny trade in all week and changed to Bont half an hour for the games. I don't know how I misread that. I'm sorry, Haz. I don't know how I misread it, but anyway. Andrew says, I love you, Bales. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Bales, are you going to pay up again for a premo, says Ben? Oh, mate, I don't know. It seems everyone I pay up for doesn't do it. So, yeah, not sure why. Any adjustments? Any late adjustments? Maybe a Bont plus 20 would be nice. No, nothing. Still on 34. Sorry, 33. Not even 34. That's too generous. Yep. Okay. Very, very frustrating, but yeah, what are you going to... Can't do anything. Make sure you guys smash like on the video if you haven't already yet. We're up to 48, so we're nearly at 50. So still on track for 100. So obviously we're trying to get to 100 for every stream. Please smash a like on the video. I'll just see if the Content Creators Cup is updated to see. I'll go because the rankings will show if Lemon has brought in anyone from tonight's game. So it says he's currently on 18 points for the week. Oh, so he kept so he's just got Davidson. I've got Bont. They're the only two players playing tonight. And that's it. So yeah, I think he's going, looks like Cherry VC. I think he's bringing Cherry because it says Gorn VC into Dacos, which unless he's just not doing it to not give it for anyone. Yeah, we're at 50 likes now. Appreciate whoever's liked that just then. Appreciate it. Make sure you keep smashing likes. We're trying to get to 100, so we're halfway there. So you can smash a like. That'd be fantastic. Ben Hayes, as a Hawks fan, I'll call up Mitchell to put a hard tail on Kennedy, says Ben. Oh, it's not about wanting Kenny to do bad. It's about just the difference between the two players at the moment. Being over 50 points, it shouldn't be that much between two primos. And that sort of difference would have helped me rise significantly up the rankings. Because obviously I'm at 9,540 at the moment, and I'm trying to make up ground. And I'm not going to make up ground when I keep picking the wrong primos. Even though I don't think Bont is the wrong primo, just when you pick the 50-50 corn, you don't get the ceiling score. Sean Collins, sorry if this has already been mentioned. Would you go a Butler before his bye? Worried about his longevity for next week, that is. It's a good point, Sean, because he might only be in for a week next week, and then they got the bye, then he might be dropped. But if he plays really well this week and then next week, he's going to stay in. So he's an option next week to potentially bring in. Is Lemon trading Gorn or Marshall? He'd be trading Marshall, if he's going to Cherry, but he might not be. It just has Gorn VC at the moment, which if he's trading, I know that that's the other thing. I don't know why the AFL Fantasy app doesn't do that. Why does it hide the players that they've traded in or out until both the traded in player and the traded out player have both been locked in? I don't get it. Like, once they've made the trade, if it's locked in anyway, you can't change anything. So I don't know why it doesn't do that. And I don't think it would really make a huge difference. I don't think people would change their trades based on what their opponent's doing. But, yeah. Ravel, hey, Bales, sorry for the question during Watchalong. Mate. Ravel, we are live for 3 hours. And I like more questions, mate. It's all good. It is all good. More the merrier. Have heard people talking about Walsh and even Chera to trade in, but nothing really on Cripps. I'm considering him other options. I think it's just because Cripps is near $1 million and Walsh is just over 900 and Cher is 920. So I think the cheaper guys are probably the better play. I think Cripps is a solid option. I don't know why I still back in Walsh. Maybe I'm just doing it because of the name, but I just think he's got to turn it around in the second half of the year. I just don't think he can keep plodding along at 80, but it's a risk going into it. So, do you think Mills could pop a good score this week, Bale, says Lee Everett? Potentially. Could be an option post his buy. Ben Hayes, I'm 48-40. Somehow Bale's after the shit show of a season. Well, mate, you're going along all right if you're just inside 5K. Susan, thank you very much for the super chat. Very much appreciate the super chats, particularly during the watch-longs, because we don't normally get too many, but appreciate Susan for this one. Big second half Bont with the 2 rockets. Susan, I really hope that that's the rocket sent. Not only have you gifted the super chat, but you've also sent the rocket in. I really hope, Susan, that super chat is going to work and the rocket's going to work. So hopefully it does. But yeah, if anyone does want to leave a super chat as well, by the way, just for a little bit of extra support, feel free to do that. They are always very much appreciated. Or if you want to become Patreon, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. Team reviews each week for free in the only place you can get the team reviews is in the Patreon. And you get through Ask Me on Q service. You get exclusive Q&As every week. There'll be bonus content and bigger and better things moving forward. So if you like to do that, feel free. Loman and Doc or Loman and Hardiman banking 350k, says Mo. I would be going for probably Loman and Hardiman if you're looking to increase your team value. That would probably be where I'm going. I'm low on round 16. Why can't I get Myers, says Tim. Well, you can, right? But I'd rather go Jackson next week because he's got he doesn't have a bye coming up. You're going to get one less game from the guy going through the buys. So I just don't like trading in primos with a bye coming up. I'd prefer to go someone that doesn't have a bye. That's what I prefer to do. Rockets only work for players we don't have, says Marco. That's actually probably not a bad point. And rank 98, says Tim. Yeah, Tim, mate, you're smashing it this year. Congrats. You're having a very, very good year. So, mate, you're absolutely smashing it. Hope you keep going. Moon Boys, smash the likes up, legends. Yes, we got 51 already, so appreciate everyone that smashed the like up already. We're only 45 away from 100 now, so if you haven't smashed the like, then yeah, make sure you do. Second half is about to get underway. I'm just going to see if there's any late adjustment before we get started. No, and so yeah, Bont didn't get the tackle or the free kick. The free kick must have been against him, so we move to the second half. And again, Bont's around the stoppage and nothing happened. So I have a feeling that Bont is just not on. Lob playing forwards is Corey. That's a tackle for Bont. That will have to be a tackle for Bont. So hopefully that'll count. Sean, I know you're a one-eyed crows man, Bales, but hang on. That's another tackle for. So Bont's got 2 tackles. Go away, Kennedy. Bont's got 2 tackles to start the quarter, which is nice. Need a lot more of those. Bont nearly had a touch there. I know you're one of Crows man, pals, but genuine prediction for tomorrow night. Who do you guys reckon will handle the wet weather better tomorrow, or are you too tall? Yeah, that's a good point. And I wouldn't say I'm a one. I joke around when I talk about Crows and say like about the one-eyed stuff, but I'm nervous for tomorrow night. I think that the wet weather makes it. I think if it was dry weather, I think that the Crows at home probably just ahead of Brisbane. But the fact it's wet weather now, I think Brisbane may handle those conditions slightly better. If I was to make a prediction, I think that Brisbane will probably... There's a Bont handball. I think Brisbane will probably win. I would love the Crows to win. I think that the Crows are a genuine chance to win. But if someone said... Brisbane are one of the top 2 teams in the... I think it's... Collingwood and Brisbane, I think, are the top 2. So that's what worries me, I reckon. But I guess it's great for the Crows, right? This is the tests that they need. If they want to be playing finals, and hopefully they play finals, they need to be in games like this and hopefully win some of them. Because the Crows haven't really beaten a top 4 team yet. Okay, we beat Giants, beat Carlton, beat Sydney, but obviously those teams are struggling in their own way. So hopefully they can go all right. But it's going to be interesting, Sean. I'm hoping the Crows handle it better, but if someone said to me, give you unbiased thing, I think Brisbane are probably going to win. I wonder if it's going to be really wet if the Crows maybe rest the Tex or something and bring in another smaller player, maybe. That would be something I'd look that they may look at, because I don't know if the 3 tools is going to work in the wet. But I don't know. We'll have to see what they do tomorrow, if there's any sort of late adjustments or anything like that. Might go Loman and Hardiman and Bont this week, says Chris. Yeah, I like Loman and Hardiman, and Bont obviously I liked before the first half tonight. I'm hoping that he can get going. I'll just have a look. I think that he got 2 tackles there and a handball, so he should have 10 points in the quarter already. Yeah, so he got 2 tackles. He's on 43, which only 2 minutes into the quarter isn't too bad. Hopefully he can... We need this to be the big quarter. Like, Bont needs to have a 40-point quarter here to get to like a 70, 80 score, but I guess we'll find out. Matt Paul, thanks for all the fantastic content, Bales. Really appreciate all the videos and effort you put in. Thank you, mate. Very much appreciate the kind words there. Very much appreciate it. Favourite player out of Dawson and Andrew McLeod, says Matt Paul. Dawson for me. Just because I've been able to take in a lot more of Dawson's games than... Like McLeod, I was quite young, so I can't... Like, I still remember him playing, right? But I can't remember as much of him playing as, like, Dawson, so if that makes sense. So I'd probably say that... yeah, that's probably where I'd go. Yeah, appreciate you pushing through these watch songs, says Henry V. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Bont might be on for... No. I was hoping Bont would get a +6 here. He might still get one, but... Oh, no, they're going to Bont. Bont, Mark, +6 coming up for Bont. Bont's had a good start to the quarter. Could we be seeing an uptick in Bont at the moment? He's had 16 points already for the quarter, which was pretty much half of what he scored in the first half. So good start. And he's nearly on 50. So at least he's rescued a tiny bit of it. But we, again, as I said, need this to be the big quarter. There's a handball for Carl Amon as well for people that have got him. Sean Collins, saw a stat you've only beaten one top 8 team for the year. I hope it's not two tomorrow, but good luck and hope you manage to have a good fantasy week. Go Lions though, says Sean. Yeah, well, yeah, it'll be a great game, right? But yeah, the Crows have only beaten GWS, I think, and that was that low scoring game in that real defensive game. So yeah, I'm hoping that the Crows can go well tomorrow night. But yeah, mate, it should be a good game. I hope both teams play well and it's a good game. The Crows have only beaten the one top 8 team for the year. So I'm hoping that they can do another couple of wins against these teams moving forward. And there's Karmas. I thought they were going to go to Bont then, but Crows were robbed against the top 4 side Gold Coast, says Toby Welford. Yeah, they were, but at the end of the day, as Nixie and that would say, if the Crows were going to win the game, they should have been in front before it happened. That's how I'm trying to look at it. Yeah, it's so far ago now that I've moved on now. And just hopefully the Crows can play well tomorrow night. That was what I'm hoping for. So what are we looking at now in terms of scores? So Bont's on 49. So he's had the mark and the 2 tackles in the quarter, which is nice. If you can get those touches up, he's clawing it back. It's now 38 points between him and Kennedy. So he's caught up a bit this quarter. Like Kennedy and Bont both go 120. Fantastic. Good. It's great. People trade in both players. They both go well. There's another tackle for Butler. So Butler's continuing on. Thoughts on Levi to Bont, which is locked in. Roberts to Hardiman and Marshall to Cherry. Yeah, mate, love those trades. Ticks from me. That was close to holding the ball for Kennedy. He tried to get through like 3 tackles. Guarantee if that was Bont, that would have been holding the ball. Come on, Bont, take the mark hit. And he just got... Bloody Ed Richards got in the way of him. That should have been a mark for Bont. He should have taken that. So that's what I mean. He's been very weird tonight in terms of these contested mark situations. When someone's around him, he's not marking the ball. So, Liam DMD, who wins the wooden spoon grudge match, Eagles or North? I think Eagles probably still get the spoon this year, but yeah, it's gonna be because I thought Richmond were going to, but they've won a heap of games, and I think there's still a chance to win. So, like, they could beat Sydney this week. Like, I think there's a chance that happens. Intercept mark for English. And he goes short. Is that Dale? Yep, Dale +6. Karmas mark. Give the handball to Bont. No, he didn't. Of course he didn't. I don't know if Newcomb's playing like a bit of a tag-ish role or like at least keeping Bont accountable, but he seems to be following him around the ground. So I'm hoping that he can, again, if Bont could just get another 10, 15 points before he goes off for his rest, be over 60, then that'll be fine. Go down the line. Don't switch. Don't switch. What an awful kick. What an awful kick that. What are you doing? What is McNeil doing? McNeil is an absolute spud. I don't know why he's still in the team. He's shit. What is that kick? Let's kick to Chol across goal when he's under pressure and concede a goal. That is just absolute dumb football. McNeil, you spud, says Corey. Oh, agreed, mate. That was just stupid. I don't know what on earth he thought he was going to do there, but it was never going to work. That was just so stupid. Like, he got a free kick. You just go down the line. Like, he never should have done it. Like, He should have gone to Bailey Williams. If he was going to switch, he should have gone to Bailey Williams, not Gardner when he was in the middle of two Hawks. Like, generational brain fart, says Schultzy. How many touches has Adams got? Adams? Who's Adams, Chris? Oh, Adam Treloar. I'm assuming you're talking about Treloar. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't actually had a look. He hasn't got many, though. English clearance. English is scoring pretty well tonight. He's going well. Really need a Bont goal. If Bont could hit a goal, that would be huge. There's McNeil again. Absolute spud. Typical. Had Kenny on my side, but scared off because of the Treloar inclusion, says Chris. How many times does that happen, though, with fantasy? Like, we're scared because of something happens and it just doesn't actually end up being a problem. There's an English tackle. Give it to Bont. West. And he's ping folding the ball. Bont -4. Wait, did Bont get a tackle taken away? Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously? Why? Like, both of them were tackles. I don't get why they keep champion data. The absolute spuds keep doing this. When we need points from Bont, can't afford to be bloody having them taken away. Come on, Bont. Go for the mark, Bont! What is he doing tonight? Every time the ball's near him, he just says, no, I'm not going to go mark the ball. There must be something wrong. They gave it to Kennedy. Of course they did. Which Kennedy didn't. I don't think they did. Kenny was already on. I think he had another tackle which added it. So champion data is a spud with Kenny and Supercoach every week. I don't get sometimes with some of these stats. Like, why are you taking away a tackle that happened 10 minutes ago when it was clearly a Bont tackle? I just don't understand. It makes no sense. I'm getting the big X this week. Bales can finally enjoy your North Watchalongs. And again, Weddle, intercept mark. Bulldogs are just playing shit as well at the same time. That's obviously not helping. Which team would you like to see get the wooden spoon? Port, thanks for doing the watch long, says Fiona. Probably, yeah. Wouldn't mind Port getting a wooden spoon. I don't know if they've won one at all, but yeah, sorry, Fiona. If Warner spuds up against Tigers, I'm trading him out. He's been ordinary, says Karen. I wouldn't trade him out. I think he'll be fine, though. I think he'll have a good game against Richmond. Dale was open up the ground, says Corey. Yeah, there you go. When McNeil turned it over. Callum Stone, death taxes, Bales losing his mind over both. Reminds me, gather around 2 years ago about Bont. Yeah, Callum, mate, Cal, you know exactly right. So, Bont's just playing shit. Like, this is just, he's not looking like he's even interested in trying to get the ball or score whatsoever. Like, I thought the first 2 minutes he had 15 points really quick, then they take a tackle away. Okay, he got a +6, but hasn't done anything outside of that, really. Isn't even getting the touches he was getting in the first half. Like, at least he was touching the ball in the first half. This half, he's had a couple of touches. Is more looking better tonight, says Chris. A little bit better. He could be an option. He's cheap. Weary, best trades all season me so far. Brought in English, Kenny, and Lohman. Yeah, mate, good trades, mate. Obviously, English and Kenny have gone really well. They're top scoring 2 players on the ground. Like, Bont has got Ginnivan on him at the moment, and he's just doing nothing. And Dale's played shit as well. Dale keeps turning the ball over every time he gets it. And Karmas flying early for that, not even touching the ball. There's Dylan Moore, another +6 coming up. My brother didn't get Bont and told me not to. Man, he's going to be so smug, says Tim. It's just awful trading. When you pay $1 million for someone and they're putting up he'll be comfortably his lowest score for the year in a full game because he's turned up in every game that he's played a full game in. Ginnivan I brought into my draft this week, says Corey. Well, isn't he scoring okay? Yeah, he's on 69 as well. So even Ginnivan's scoring better than Bont tonight. There's Butler with a handball. Just, yeah. And again, in my matchup against Lemon, I can't afford players I bring in to be, especially premiums, to be scoring shit.
McNeil, give the handball to Bont, you idiot. God, he's shit. Why is he in the team? He is so bad. And again, like, he had the handball inside for Bont. He decides, no, I'm going to kick the ball. Last time you kicked it, mate, you turned it over in your defensive 50. D-list McNeil says Lee Everett. Yeah, they should. Maybe Dogs are tanking. No, I don't think they are. They're just not playing well. Had the chance to go Archery to English, didn't take it. It's a sneaker fusion. No, yeah, that would have been a good trade. Obviously, if you got two in your rucks, though, it's fine. But my primo trade-ins for the past 3 weeks have been utter crap, says Christian. Yeah, it's just this year's just been full of complete and utter garbage. Trade-ins fail. Trade-outs go massive. Rookies just don't make cash. There's Bont with a kick. Need more of that Bont. Need a lot more of that. That was actually a good clearance. I don't know where's that been all night. That was the first time he really looked like better bursting from stoppage. But still, he would be over 50 if they didn't take that tackle away from him. But because they added the tackle to either Kennedy or someone else, he doesn't get it. So he's on 40. He's essentially what he was on with the tackle. Give the handball to... And no, Harms is going to just kick a up and under crap ball to all the Hawks defenders. And this will be a goal for Vandermeer. And that means probably Bont will be on the bench because it's about the time he goes to the bench. So can he touch it this quarter, says Henry V. Yeah, he has. He was on what was it, 74 or something. So Bales, what's Griffin Loke's break even? Says beyond 33. I'm not sure, mate. He's not an option, obviously. But yeah. If you haven't smashed a like on the video yet, please do. We're under 40 now. We only need 39 likes to get to the 100. So if you haven't liked it, smash a like on the video. Is that Bont still on the ground? Yeah, Bont's still on the ground. That's interesting. I arguably would have won his rest now. But if he scores like 10 quick points, then that's fine. But see what I mean? Hawthorn are just getting every clearance. And that's high, surely, for Harms. No? And Connor Nash again. Here you go. Now, Hawthorn are just so frustrating. They really are. Like, they play shit all season, pretty much. Well, not shit all season, because they are in the top 8. But they play crap for weeks. And then this week, when we look at Dogs players, and that'll be a mark, which is fair enough. But, yeah, good old Bont says beyond 33. Need a good defender under 400 cases beyond 33. I don't think there are any, mate. Hardeman's probably your best bet. Bloody Bont, seriously. Like English is going well, don't have him. Kenny's going well, don't have him. Okay, yeah, there you go. Newcomb, a lot of people traded out this week. That was always going to happen. Him actually having a good game. Moore's going well, don't have him. Dale's going well, don't have him. Richard's going well, don't have him. How is Bont on 51? They must have paid a kick or something that he from before. I thought he was on 48, but wait, they haven't added the tackle again. No, I don't know where Bont got the extra 3 points, but he got a kick, so looks like Josh Dolan's being subbed into the game. Not sure who's being subbed out. Let's hope for a Josh Dagos type last quarter, says Chris. Again, Bont can do that, but it's just you want the players getting to a better... I'd rather a player be on 100 now but not touch the ball for the remainder of the game than be on 40 and just stressing about a poor score coming. Traded Newcomb out for 3 days this week to send him a message. Happy to see him responding, especially after last week, says David. Yeah, he's going well, mate. Kenny, I brought in a few weeks in Supercoach. He's been a frustrating ride. Fee says they reversed the free against Guinea. Oh, so okay, so they did reverse the free kick against him. So, yeah, so it was against Cleary instead. Thank you. Okay, well, that's fine. Bont needs to channel his inner Nasai, says Moonboy. Yeah, he very much does. For sure. Well, at least they gave him the free kick back and it wasn't against him, which I never thought it was to begin with. But
Yeah, I guess it's just frustrating when I'm watching a game and every other player's scoring well except the one guy I've got. I'm hoping McNeil gets... I really hope McNeil gets subbed out for Dolan. I think it makes a lot of sense. Jake's just sent me. Get him off. Yeah, no, Jake just said that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Bont's on the bench for his rest. Yeah, just the fact he's like there's 7.5 minutes to go and he's on 51. He still needs 49 points to ton up from here, which he can definitely do, but I don't have a lot of confidence the way it's going. Blind Bandit Kennedy 3 points this quarter. I just think the Dogs in general have just been really, really shit tonight. There's a Bailey Dale +6. Goes to Fraser for a +6. If this can be a goal, they might be able to get Bont on again because like they need to start. That's in the back. Because the Dogs need him back on. The Dogs need to really get going because they're down by 28 points. Why does Bont always do this when Bales backs him in? Says Beyond D3. I don't know, mate. I don't know. He was actually really good when I started him a couple of years ago when he was the highest averaging player, but paid up for him last year was shit. For a fair chunk of the year, and obviously bring him in now, and he puts a bad score. Bont on the bench now, says Corey. Yeah, that was always expected. Why did they take 2 quarters to reverse that free against Bont? Strange, says Mitch. Oh, mate, agreed. I don't know why they took so long. Okay, get Bont back on. 6.5 minutes to go. He's been off for a few minutes. Get him on. Needs to come back on. Bont doesn't get any +6 cheapie, says Toby. He sometimes does, but yeah, it's not very frequent. See, like, if Bont had that tackle that they took away from him, he'd be on 55, which isn't actually awful. Like, and then if he could rack up 20 points in the remainder of the quarter, he'd be on track for a ton still. But the fact that they gave away that that tackle from him and gave it, I don't think they gave it to Kennedy. They just gave it to someone else, or they didn't pay one of the tackles. I don't get how they didn't do it. But anyway, can't do anything about it now. Just got to hope that Bont can turn it around. Because at the end of the day, I was always going Bont. At the start of the week, I said, I'm getting Bont this week. It was always my target this week. And that was it. So, did Bont come back on? I think someone knocked the umpire over. No, so Bont didn't come back on because Sanders is in the midfield. I don't know why you wouldn't get Bont back on. Like, there was a goal there. You've got 6 minutes to go. He'd been off for 3 minutes. Get him on. Like, doesn't make sense because now he's not going to be back on for at least another minute or two. There's a handball from Butler. Not happy with English and Kenny slowing down like this, says Moonboy. Oh, mate, English has been going well. He hasn't slowed down. He's just been going, has had a good game. There's a handball from Kennedy. Come on, Dogs. Keep going. So this has been great if Bont was on because he would have been maybe involved here. There's Dolan coming on for his first touch of the game, and he fumbles it. Still got a handball away. Harms has got Treloar short. Why would he not go there? I know Lob's taken the mark, but had bloody Treloar there. Hopefully Bont comes on now. He has to come on now. I missed 2018, 2021 fantasy, says Christian. Not the COVID years, but 2018, 19 was, yeah, I like that. Bont back in Bont world. McNeil got subbed, says Corey. I'm glad he did. So glad he got subbed. Yeah, hopefully Bont comes on. Now, I'm hoping that Lob kicks the goal here. And not only we get it back to under 20 points, but obviously Bont will hopefully come back on. Has he missed it from there? Oh, my God, he's missed it from there. How on earth do you miss that from there? And I don't think Bont came on, even when the goal was kicked. Yeah, that is poor rotations. How is he not on? The captain of the football club when the team needs someone out there and they've got him riding the pine for extra. Like, he's just had a week off. Get him back on. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, it's just ridiculous. I swear these teams sometimes don't know how to rotate their players. The fact that he's still on the bench is just shit. So what is it? He's been on the bench for 5 minutes. Bont should not be on the bench for more than 4 minutes. Particularly when the Dogs need him. And it's stuck out on the other wing. I actually now hope Hawthorn kick a goal. I really hope they kick a goal now and make the Dogs pay for not bringing on their captain when he should have been. And O'Donnell intercept marks. And he'll stay out on that wing. Yeah, so he's still on the bench. And he's going to have like barely 2 minutes to score, I reckon. So he's still going to be on 50 odd. Just when I thought maybe he might get to an okay score, and he's done nothing. We just need a goal kick, and Norton can't even kick over the man on the mark. Seriously. Now I really hope Ginnivan mark it. No, O'Donnell marks it. Fucking hell. Just make us interchange and get your captain on. There's 3 minutes to go. Like, with the fact that Kenny's had a quiet call, this was the time for Bont to actually catch up some points. Instead, he's too busy riding the pine and doing nothing. Oh, and Bont came on and they could have kicked it. So Bont just came on. Bont and Vandermeer could have arguably kicked a short ball to him, but he didn't. That would have been massive if Bont would have marked it there and kicked the goal. Would have been over 60. Bont's nursing something, says beyond. I don't think he is. He's just playing shit. Not every time someone plays bad doesn't mean that they're nursing something. I think he's fine. He's just playing shit. Just hasn't got involved. Isn't getting those tackles or those marks. Just not doing anything. Bont and Newcomb are only two players playing, both been sitting for 6 minutes now. Well, Bont's back on. Newcomb will come back on as well. The bench shouldn't exist in the game. Everyone should play 100% game time like Nick Martin. I like that. Yeah, be good. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Make sure you keep smashing like on the video. We still need 36 to hit 100, so we're getting close. But if you can smash like on the video to get us to 100, that would be very much appreciated. Come on, Bont. Tackle for Bont. At least he got a tackle. Yep, Bont tackle. It's a miracle. Warple's been subbed out as well for Jath. Yeah, Bont, we need some more tackles. We need some more tackles. More tackles, more touches. Looks like Impey's been moved forward for Hawthorn, which is an interesting change. Oh, go away, McGuinness. And behind. Bont is adjusting to the return of Trelaws's beyond 33. I don't think that's got anything to do with Bont not scoring. I think he's just, again, having a shit game. Yeah. He's got 2 minutes 17 to hopefully, if he can rack up like 10 points or something, get to maybe 60, 65 and maybe on track that way, then he's still a chance to ton up. But yeah, the way he's gone so far in this game has not been great. Don't know how Meat got a disposal away there. I thought that was a throw. Here's Bont with a handball. Need a lot more of that, Bont. Trelaw, give to Bont, please. There's Bont again. Bont getting through. That's better, Bont. That's better. He's starting to rack up a few touches. Give it back to him. Oh, yeah, they had the handball potentially. Davidson drop mark. Where's Bont? Oh, what are you doing? Okay, that's not advantage. They played like 5 odd seconds after the free kick. That was well done by Bont. Bont's lifted. About time, says Karen. He's lifted, but also it's like he's still not doing very well. We need maybe a +6 and a tackle maybe before the end of the quarter. Then I can say he's lifted. But at the moment, okay, had a couple of good touches, but that'd be a free kick against Bont. No, they didn't pay it. Okay, interesting. I thought they would have given the free kick against him for tackling Newcombe without the ball, but they didn't. Where's Bont? Trelaw? Oh, no. Why are you rushing the kick for? Inboard, trying to go to Kennedy, but didn't get to him. Okay, Bont might be on for a +6 here. O'Donnell, come on. Be a good bloke. And then Cleary, +6, not Bont. Oh, no, they didn't allow him to play on then. And then intercept marked by Meek. Seriously, Meek? Really didn't need that. Needed the Dogs to have an attack. Bramble, go inside. You got Bont inside. Bont's on the 50. Why are you going long to a contest, you idiot? Bont was free on the 50. Directly in front. Come on, we need a Bont mark here. We need a Bont mark goal here. If he can do that, we might be on. Go Bont. Come on, Bont. He's right there. Come on, Bont. No, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. That'll be asking too much. Yep, that'll be 3/4 time. 3/4 time. Umps love the Hawks. Come on, Richards. Says John These are in red line. So we'll go through the scores. What do we got here? Let's have a look at the scores. So English is top scoring on 97. Having a very good game. Kenny's on 96. So again, he was a bit quiet at that quarter, but still very, very good score. Newcombe 87. Meek 87. Dale 85. Nash 84. Morrison 83. Then you got Weddle, Ward, and Moore, and Ginnivan all on 75. Richards 73. Richards was quiet that quarter. I think he had like 7 points. Amon's on 70. So Bont's on 60. So we need a 40-point quarter from him. So it's frustrating. He's had 18 touches. Like he's had one less touch than Kennedy, but there's 46 points difference between the two, which is just not acceptable. He might play the whole last quarter potentially if it's a close game. Madonna 57, Libba 55, Butler 54. So Butler was quiet that quarter, but still that's not a bad score. Mitchell 48, Fraser 48, Trelaw 41. Sanders 39, Ramsden 38, Cleary 37, Davidson's on 25. Yeah, right. So I think did Lemon hold Davidson? I think he probably did. So yeah, bad score from him. But yeah, Bont's the one on 60. Need him to really get going in this last quarter. Yeah, 2 marks and 2 tackles just isn't going to cut it. That's why his scoring's so down, because you're not going to get a good score unless you get like near 40 touches with that little. But yeah, we'll see what happens in this last quarter. I held Davidson too, says Nathan Thomas. Yeah, if I had him, I would have held him as well this week. If you held him through his bye. Trelaw's going to get himself cheap, says David. He will get cheap, but I don't know if I want to jump on him. He could just get injured at any point. Unless the only thing with him is he might get forward status. I don't know if he'd play enough games by round 18 to get forward status, but there's a chance he could get forward status. So that would be something to watch for. And if he got forward status, and all of a sudden he's a great pick. But Lee Everett, he should be on 64. Don't know why they took a tackle away. It's like they got something against him, says Lee. Yeah, I'm not sure why they took a tackle away from him. They might add it back. I don't know. Pigs will fly, maybe. So I don't think they'll add it back. But yeah. We're on 67 likes as well, so appreciate everyone that's done that so far. If you can smash more likes so we can get to 100. We're only 33 away. So if you can smash a like on the video, we're getting close to 100 again. So appreciate everyone that's tuning in again as always. And yeah, if you can get us to 100, that'd be fantastic. Ah, bloody frustrating. Bloody round. What do we got? Henry V. I don't think Moore will be good enough value by the time he's off his bye. It's probably a good point. So I've dropped ranks. I'm down about 700 spots this round so far. So most people. So what? Would most people have 2 players or 3 players in? I thought I would have gone up in ranks. So Hawthorn and Bulldogs aren't a very relevant fantasy. They aren't very relevant. So interesting. Just have a look. Doesn't look like anyone here brought Kennedy. So it looks like Nathan and Jake both brought Kennedy in. Looks like Jaiden and Harmy have both got Davidson. Mitch has got English. Sanch brought in Bont. DC has got. It says that DC is on 156. So he went Bont and Kennedy. MJ, who's on 85? So MJ's got Bailey Dale. Minimunt's got Bont. Jordox has got Bont. John Holmey's has got Kennedy. Hef's got Kennedy. Louis got Bont. Jeppa's got 108. Who's 108? Did he go Bont and has he got someone else? I'm not sure who he's got there actually. Luke's got English. I've got Bont. Lemon just has Davidson, and then Fry and Holmesy's got Bont. So everyone went Bont this week. Literally everyone in the Content Creators Cup went Bont over Kennedy. What do we got? God, we've got a heap of chat here. I didn't realise it. How confident are we on Bergman, says Stu? I think I like him. I think he'll play midfield this week. So I think Bergman is a good pick. Moonboy Jackson a full tart next week. I think he could be. Yep. Moonboy for sure. I've dropped 200 spots down to 1,400 with only Bont, says HJD. So yeah, most people would have 2 players, I guess. Maybe people went Bont and Kennedy this week. Corey Blackledge, English and Kennedy owners helps, and Newcomb tonight going down. Henry V, Jackson and Keeler on my radar, and maybe Butters or Bont depending on price drop, says Henry V. Make sure you tick the little bell so you get notified every time Bales drops a new video goes live. Moonboy, mate, I'm going to have to start bloody paying you commission, mate. I'm loving how you're commenting all the time. Very much appreciated. But yes, make sure you like and turn notifications on. You don't miss when I go live or the video's been dropped. So make sure you do that. Nate Thomas, so far I've gone down from 15.17 to 8.89. So I'm assuming you've dropped from 8.89 to 15.70 there, Nathan. Few would have English. Yeah, that's another one. Yep, Stu. But won't last, says Nathan. I have English and Kennedy, says Moonboy. I've about 300 spots to 6.89, says David. HJD or only Kenny or English, I guess. Yeah, hopefully we can keep moving up. But we're about to start the last quarter. I'll just double check to see if there was any late adjustments. So English lost. Did English lose something? There's a kick for Kennedy. Oh no, Kennedy must have got something. No, Bont got added nothing. Didn't get added the tackle or anything. I'm hoping that we get a cheeky +4 after the game. And Sanders misses that. That would have been a big goal. English -4, he lost. Okay, yeah, right. Just have Richards as always. Says Red Lighting. Was trading at Newcomb before Roberts' injury, but had to hold So Kiss. Roberts +3, says DF. Oh, yeah, well, you'd be very happy with holding Newcomb now, with the way he's gone so far. Damn it, give Kennedy his +4, says Moonboy. This is unacceptable. So what, did they remove both Kennedy and him? Is that what they... Oh, you mean English. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So it looks like, I don't know if Nash is on Bont at the moment, but they were just on each other just then. Was there maybe a Bont missed tackle, says HJD? Well, they took a tackle away that I don't know how they... Bont had 2 tackles and they took away 1, so I don't get how they took it away. I don't know what happened, but gee, it's almost a throw, that one. We just need Bont to get some +6s just in the middle of the ground, just around the ground, maybe gets a goal, maybe 2. Yeah, Nash at the moment is currently on Bont. I don't know if it's a tagging role necessarily. It doesn't seem like haven't not matched up at every stoppage, but he's got 2 now. So yeah, but he should have 3. He should have had 3 that quarter just gone. So Newcomb free kick. Against Kennedy. I don't know how that was a free. Wait, Kennedy got the free kick. I don't get what that was for. Bont's forward. Bont's got, and they're going to go into the pocket to West. Why on earth would you go to West on a 1-on-1 in the pocket? That makes no sense whatsoever. For holding, apparently, says Corey. Yeah, I don't know what the holding was for, but interesting. That'll be a mark for Impey. Nash on Bont, they reckon a tight tag. Not sure though, says Jack. I don't think it's a tight tag. I don't know what Hawthorn would bother tagging when they haven't done it all night. Bont doing a lot of wandering around near the contest without getting anything, says H. Yeah, that's the frustrating thing tonight, is that's all Bont's done. Is he's just done a lot of wandering around, not really doing anything, not wanting to get the tackles, literally since midway through that third quarter against Geelong, where Bont was smashing it, he got tagged by blitzarves and he did nothing after that. And he's done nothing for pretty much all of the game tonight. Well, it'd be nice to actually see the Bont that we thought we were buying, not this shit Bont. And that'll be out in the full. This is where we need Bont to get some +6s. Just get a short chip in the back line, get some touches around the ground. But they're just not... He just isn't... see, he's wandering now up to the 50 again. He's not... Doesn't look interested. He's not even going for the contested marks either. And that's a shit kick from Dale. Ed Richards is just good enough, though, to make it work. And that ball literally goes in between West and Bont. Bont handball. It's his first touch of the quarter. Give it back to Bont. West. And he turns it over. See, Riley West is almost as bad as bloody McNeil, the way he's played tonight. West is a better player, but again, crappy turnover. And Hawthorn are going to make him pay. Bont being tagged, says Beyond 30. I don't think it's a tight tag. It's just Nash is with him sometimes at stoppage, but other times he's not. There you go. Kenny's tunned up, 103. Congrats to the people that jumped on him, and English has tunned up as well. Meanwhile, we're sitting here with Bont. Okay, they haven't added a handball for Bont for some reason. He definitely got a handball. Okay, now they've added it. About time. But yeah, 62 points is just not good enough at all. Even if he gets an 80, it's just that's not what we need. We needed a ton tonight. I know he's got a great run coming up and he's going to be a captain, vice-captain option in some of those games. He's going to put up some good scores, but the way he's playing tonight has not been good at all. He's just, again, middle of the ground, not looking for the ball, not calling for it, just running. He's literally loping between the defensive 50 and forward 50, not calling for it at all. He's not getting tagged, also says HJD. Bont's being... no, I don't think he's being tagged. The commentators always like to talk up tags and stuff, but what was it? They were saying last week Bailey Smith hadn't been tagged by Hoff up until the last part of the game, but he was tagged all night by Hoff. It was just he was too good to get away from it. So yeah, there you go, Bont. So your direct opponent in Nash, who you're on the stoppage, is the one that gets the clearance. There's Impey. That'll be a goal. Yep. Back to 21 points. So when the Dogs need their captain to be standing up, he's had one handball in 4 or 5 minutes. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. This is just shit from Bont. Really is. I don't know what more I can do. People have sent super chats for Rockets. I've sent Rockets in messages to Jake and that about saying Bont needs to lift. We've done everything. Just not responding. It's just crap. Dogs don't deserve to win. They're still on vacation time. Yeah, Karen, I agree. Yep, they don't look at it at all. Their decision-making's poor. Their disposal's poor. They just look crap. Looks like Horn Francis on a bad day, to be honest, says HJD. Yeah, not a bad point. Yeah, he just doesn't look at it. Doesn't look like he wants it. There'll be games where Bont will rack up everything and go absolutely nuts. And I'm sure that we'll get some of those owning him now. So I'm not stressed about him moving forward. It's just that could have got him cheaper moving forward. There's a handball for Bont. Bont should have got a free kick. I don't know if they paid advantage or not. I'm hoping they gave him a free kick. It'd be nice to get the extra point. That's a throw from Vandermeer. Give it to... Oh, Bont was free for a bloody kick. But Vandermeer, that was shit. No, mate, you threw it. It was the most obvious throw I've seen. Looks maybe some reverse psychology. Yeah, Bont, avoid the ball at all costs and everyone will love you. There's Fraser. Where's the Bont? I think it's the Bont. The Bont's deep forward. Come on, Bont. This is you, Bont. Bont, this is you. And Lob takes the ball instead. That'll be a tackle for Bont at least. Give it to Bont. Please give it to Bont West. No, he won't. And that'll... At least Bont got the tackle. Will Dale ever fire consistently, says Moonboy. He's been a bit up and down. Come on. Just if Bont can kick a goal, that would really get us going. Really get us some optimism. I love the fact you think a rocket here could do something, says Double Dummy. Oh, mate, it does all the time. Without fail, it's meant to. See, and like Bont just looked at the ball and, at English tackling Meek and said, no, I'm not going to tackle here because I don't want the points. That's just not what we need. Butler kick. Come on, mark the ball, Fraser. Come on, let's get it. Come on, where's Bont? No, he's not there. Kennedy's there instead. See, Kennedy looks hungry tonight, whereas Mark Howell just called Dylan Moore Hardwick. Yeah, well, they like calling wrong players. Howie's a good... I like Howie, though, so, made a mistake, but that's fine. Where's Bont? Is Bont anywhere near here? There's Richards. Has Bont got... No, Bont's forward at the moment. Bont's in the goal square. And again, it goes out of bounds. So, okay, so let's put Bont deep forward when we need to win the game. That's a real good decision, Bevo. If he kicks a goal, it's fine, but he's shilling in the goal square, says HO. Yeah, I know, it's crap. Moonboy, I need an assign next week. Can't stand watching and get 58 points in 15 minutes. That was absolutely disgusting piggery. Oh, it was fantastic, but he's probably going to attract more tags now. So I don't know if it's necessarily it was obviously fantastic, right? But he might cop more attention now. Did Warney bring in Bont too, says Chris? Yeah, Warney's had a bad, unfortunately. He probably did, I reckon. I'll have to have a look. I didn't get time to... So and there's Ginnivan for a goal. So, yeah, they're down by 27 now. There's no point bloody leaving Bont full forward when you need the ball out of the middle. I swear if Riley, if and West could kick, Bont would be on 100 right now. Well, Bont might have had a couple of goals if it wasn't for bloody West. So Bont's on 68. So he's nearly at... He still needs 32 points, which I just don't know if he's going to get from here. Particularly if Hawthorn now, they're up by this much. There's a chance that Calvin and Roy got Bontz's Moonboy. You think Warney got Myers? Jason, it's only good thing is I think just about everyone brought Bont in, especially when Roberts went out. Yeah, they probably did, but obviously we want a pop score because then you get those points and you don't lose cash. Well, Bont's in the midfield now, so he was probably just there forward, just hoping one would come forward, but there's a tackle for Bont. That's on the ball. Yes, Bont. No, Treloar, don't take the advantage, you idiot. Treloar, you bloody spud. There was no point to take the advantage there whatsoever. I'll take the points, but the fact that bloody Treloar is taking advantage there is just... Oh. Is Bont full? No. Yeah, good on you, Treloar. Good on you, mate. Been out for so long and your decision-making's completely off. That was just crap. If Bont can get 90, that's a pass for me, honestly, says DF. If he gets 90, I'll be happy enough considering it's been a hard watch all night. But I'd love a 3-figure score just next to him just because of paying $1 million. Like 90 points isn't going to cut it just with his price drop he's going to have. And now it's Evan behind the Hawks chip at random waste time, says HJD. Only good. Oh, yeah, I said that, so I'm caught up to the chat. What are the game scores? I can't see, Bale, says Moonboy. Hawthorn up by 26 points, 77 to 51. I'm happy with a Bont 90, says Henry V. I'll be happy enough with a 90 considering where he's been most of the night and hasn't looked like tunning up. So if he can get a 90 in a game where I thought he's been pretty crap, that's fine. But I'd really like a ton. Bont's free for a +6 if Gardner decides to go there, and he doesn't. So he's going to go down the line to Treloar versus Nash. Yeah, that's a good decision. At least Treloar got the free kick. Treloar go inside the Bont. See, Bont's not calling for any short kicks at all. He's just in the middle. And English is now doing it instead for these +6s. So Bont, get into a position where you can mark the ball. Okay, Bont, this is you, mate. No, nothing. I thought Bont would have... He's just not marking the ball. Haven't seen one contested mark he's taken tonight at all. It's honestly like he doesn't really care. Treloar tackle there. Post and super chats, Henry. How does this community leaderboard work? Oh, yeah, just post and super chat and stuff like that, I think. Bont going for Mark one arm only, says Karen. Yeah, I know, it's stupid. Resets every live show, says Moonboy. Yeah, I think it's a new thing they've added in, I reckon. See, Hawthorn are just breaking tackles and just getting through way too easily. And Mark to Dylan Moore. Score update says, we'll update the scores here. So Bont's on the top page now. He's on 73, but still 73. He might come off for a rest at some point now as well. He might only get a 80, 85 the way it's going. Oh, he's not on the top page where you can see, but for me, I can see he's below Weddle. Is that going to be a goal for Moore? No, it's a miss. So this is where we need a Bont +6 to get to 80. Get him to 80. So Bont's on the wing, and they're going to the opposite wing now. Yeah, good on you, Bramble, you dickhead. Yeah, let's go to Harms 1v3. That's a great decision. See, Bramble is one player I don't get how he's still on an AFL list. He should not be on a list. He is so bad. How is it? Timming's on 116. This is ridiculous. Bont no tackle there because he couldn't bloody get his arms on the player. Come on, Bont. We need some bloody tackles and stuff here from you, mate. And now Nash is on him again. And it goes off Bont's hands out of bounds. If he gets 16 more points to get to 90, that's fine. If he can kick a goal, that's what we need. We need a +12, +9, something like that to really get his score back up there. Harms could have easily given it to Bont for a handball, but decided not, and that's a crap handball. Harms as well there. Need a Kenny goal here, says Moonboy. Oh, mate. I think that Kenny's done enough damage tonight. He's gone 7 tons in a row. I think Kenny's good where he is now. Thought Libba would score well tonight, even more disappointing than the Bonts at double dummy. Yeah, agreed. Yep, he's been pretty good. I've hardly noticed him tonight, actually. There's the Bont with a kick. Need a lot more of that Bont. I don't know if he's going to come to the... If Dogs especially can get a goal here, he might play out the rest of the quarter. And if they could handle the ball cleanly, they actually had Bont running alone. Kennedy, Libran centers all on the pine. Bont coming off soon. With the game still close enough, they'll probably try and keep it. But he might come off for that last 5 minutes if the game's out of hand. But the Dogs probably need to kick a goal here to keep Bont on. I'm hoping that he plays the rest of the quarter, but I don't know. Should I trade in Gallup from Brisbane, says Bailey McLaren? No. You bring him in potentially next week if he goes well, but you don't bring him in this week. Come on, Bont. Where's Bont? He's there. Oh, it's going to be bloody English kicking a goal. No, he's missed it. English 120 now. Bont 76. Still need 24 points, Bont. Come on, man. You're not that far away. You're a goal and a couple of +6s away from tunning up. Still have half a quarter to go. Can he get there? Byston, Madden, Gallup surely sub, says Callum Robson. I don't think he will be. He's a bit of a taller player, so I don't think he'll be the sub. Not in the wet. And here go Hawthorn again. So if Hawthorn kick a goal here, there's a chance Bont goes to the bench and then that's it. Damn it, English bloody spuds his move boy. Mate, he's going well. It's all good. HJD, Byston Madden, Roberts to Bont were my first two trades. No idea what to do with the third trade, 250k in the bank. Yeah, it's a bit hard to HJD to see what the rest of your team. If you'd like a team review, you can become Patreon member. If you'd like to do that, I can have a look at your team for you that way. It's just I'd leave the team reviews for Patreon members just to give them that extra bit. I think, has Bont gone to the bench? I reckon Bont's on the bench. I didn't see him at that stoppage there, unless he's deep forward. Madden named first ruck. Too bad he wasn't a ruck forward. Oh, if he was a ruck forward, that would be amazing. I would have cashed out of Connor Stone, definitely. Yeah, Bont's on the bench. Really need the Dogs to kick a goal or two. Really get this game close again. Unless Bont's forward. No, Bont's not forward. So there's Kennedy again. Handball from Kennedy. Come on, you got Buku comes in the bloody goal square alone. Camus, good. That's a mark. You pay that. Yep. Bont on the bench. Yep, Bont on the bench. I'm hoping that they just bring him back on and say, stuff it. You've had your 30-second rest. Game's still on. We need you back on. Because if there's any way he can ton up. Fingers crossed that this is like a long enough break for Bont. Probably won't be. He'll probably still be on the bench for another 2-3 minutes, I would imagine. But with the game, if he kicks it, with it being 20 points with 8 minutes to go, I'm hoping they just go, nah, we got to bring him on. So I guess we'll find out. Well, keep watching. Appreciate everyone that's tuning in tonight. If you haven't already, please smash a like on the video. We're 28 away from 100 likes, which is our goal every stream. So if you can smash a like on the video so we can get to 100 again. The streak's been going since the end of round 1. The start of round 2. If you can keep the streak going, that'd be fantastic. Make sure you subscribe as well. We're 80 subscribers away from 4K, so we're very, very close. That was our big goal at the start of the year. So if you can subscribe and help us get there, that'd be very much appreciated. Hope Richards gets 110 and we'll take the VC in draft. If not, we'll captain Grundy. I feel over TDK, says Corey. Double Dummy says still time. There's still time for the Dogs to win, for sure. There's still 8 minutes to go, or just under 8 minutes. So Bont didn't come back on. That's pretty disappointing. I was hoping that maybe with not long, like there's 8 minutes to go, I was hoping that would bring him back on, unless he's forward, but I doubt it. They would have put him in the midfield if he was on. Really need the Dogs to kick a goal here. Really get it back close. It's a very good kick from Newcombe. That's so annoying. Bias to score more than Bont at this rate. Who would have thought, says Marco. Here we go. Hawthorn will start chipping around now. Take some time off the clock. Piss off, Hawthorn. Did you hold Bias Bale, says Henry V? I've traded him now, but at the moment, but I probably will hold and trade Carroll because I don't think Carroll's going to be named tomorrow. And then there's Ramsden taking a mark, and he'll go for goal. Now, get Bont back on now. Newcomb to 99, good for my draft team, says Double Dummy. Dog's goal in the next minute would be lovely. Yeah, it would have been. Unfortunately, not going to happen. English 125. Bloody hell. So that's there. The new English is like the pod I need to bloody make up ground, but I'm not bringing him in. I could have gone Marshall to English this week. I never really looked at it, to be honest. Had other stuff to do. There's Ramsden. I hope they brought Bont back on with all this time being wasted. Still 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. If he can come back on now, there's a chance he can still get some points. And I would take a 90. It would be fine. So what's that? 14 points from here. Tackle for Fraser. But now it's just stop here. Be happy for Moonboy Bales, says Moon. I'm happy for you, mate. Yeah, but I'm annoyed for me. There's Kendi with a handball. Trelaw handball. Bailey Williams kick up and under. I'm hoping just let it go out. Someone punch it. Go out of bounds and get Bont back on. Someone just come off for Bont, please. You got just under 6 minutes to go. Oh, no. Yeah, Bont's back on. Trelaw's off. So Bont came back on. Come on, Bont. Get the ton. Or get 90. We'll just get 90. Like, 90 would be fine enough. Okay, Princess. You can have the crown set. Double dummy. I'm not sure what the double dummy that's meant to mean, but there you go. Oh, my glorious child carrying hock ball, says Liam Rosenberg. Insufficient intent, that'll probably be, I'd imagine. As long as non-preferred, probably it is still stiff, but they're going to pay it. Bont needs to rest, not like they just had a buy, says Marco. Isn't bias break even 100? Think I might take the money and run on him. Here's Bont. +6. Come on, Bont. That's 80. He's over 80 now. Keep going, Bont. Give it back to Bont. Yes, good. Handball for Bont. Now, Bont, call for it again. Oh, Fraser just ignored him. Fraser went in the forward line. Well done, Libber. That's on the ball. Surely. Another tackle for Kennedy. I'll respond to Harvey. Fair enough. I don't even know. What did Harvey say? Where's... I'm not sure. There's Kennedy, handball. Dolan, handball. Come on, where's Bont? If he can somehow... Oh, Fraser, what are you doing, man? Now he's left Impey out the back on his own. Bont's on 83. So if he can somehow get 7 points, get to 8, 90, that'd be fine enough. But if he can ton up here, that's obviously what we need. They need Bont to take this game over if they want to win. Papa D says Bont +6. Yep, very good. We're on 84 likes as well. We're still 16 away from 100. If you haven't liked it, please smash a like on the video. We're nearly at 100. And then there's Kennedy taking intercept marks in the back line. So, yeah, that's fantastic. Dogs, you can't be switching the ball here. Go to Bont. Bont's there. Go to Bont. That's where they're going. And a shit kick. Was that Bramble? I reckon that was bloody Bramble that kicked that then. That is such a shit kick. Had Bont there, and they can't, and they're going to try and kick it over Meek. Meek, you're not going to make the distance from here, mate. You got 55 out from goal. Bont on the bench right now is criminal from Bevo Fantasy side. Get your best player on the field when you got a chance to win. Exactly right, mate. Exactly right. Can you tick off these trades? Trainer to Lohman. Oh, Bont smothered it. Good smother from the Bont. Bont could be... No, shit handball. Again. Just when Bont was on for a +6. Fucking seriously. Bulldogs have played shit tonight. They have been absolute garbage. Okay, sorry, Stan. Can you tell off these trades? Train to Lohman. Yep. Box to Hardiman. Yep. Marriott to Caldwell. Yep. Holding Roberts. No. I would be holding Roberts. He's got to go. Stan. Roberts has got to go.
I would maybe just have to hold box and just go Marek and Roberts to 2 primos and then go train at Hardeman if you can. That's what I'd look at doing if you can, Stan. I'd tick them off, right? But I'd rather trade Roberts. There's Lob. Come on, where's Bont? We need a +6 for Bont. Yeah, Vandermeer's not going to be your answer, dogs. Kicking to him's not going to be your answer. Hawks playing better without Sicily, says Karen. Genuinely, like 6 or 7 times Bont should have got it from West or Bramble, and the kicks have just been dog shit, says HJD. Oh, agreed, mate. Agreed. Jay Sutz, you can tell me Bustling doesn't get a game in this shit backline. Lol, Chol kicks for his disgrace. Oh, Bustling should have got more of a chance of what he did. He played for a game, looked all right against GOS. There's a tackle for Bont. Need more of that Bont. Need a couple more of them. That's holding the ball. Okay, that's good. That means this will be... I reckon he's going to get to 90 with this. That's a 90 for Bont. Not a great kick from Bont, though. That's a pretty bad kick from Bont. Unless he had a bit of plan to kick it badly and then get a +6 here. No. Bloody Cleary didn't spoil it well enough. And Impey. Come on, Cleary. Get the tackle here. Jath, Bont. That was well done by Bont there. Bont to Newcomb. Give me more of that. And Barty Dale's going to play him quickly. Here's Fraser. Fraser, go to Bont. No, I think Bont's still making his way from the defensive 50. He's literally in the worst spot because he didn't get the +6 defensively there. Okay, out of bounds. All right, let's refresh. So Bont, 91. Well, he's got 90, right? It could have been worse, but the fact that it's still a difference between him and Kennedy's not great. But he's done all right to save it to an extent. I'm hoping he can still get a quick 9 points. Like a goal from here from the Bont would be perfect. Like a goal from here would get him to the ton. Kennedy with a handball. How the hell he got a handball there, I don't know. Like, as in well done from Kennedy. No, I don't know where Bont is. He wasn't at the midfield contest and he wasn't deep forward to get the ball then. So given his shit first half, good recovery. Oh, it has been, but still, I want a ton. Never holding the ball, but I'll take it though, says HJD. Yeah, I didn't think I was holding the ball either, but yeah, I'll take it. So there's only 45 seconds to go. Golf, there was 2 more minutes left. Might have been a chance. He could get a +6 here if the Dogs can get an intercept mark. We probably might. So again, Bramble, again, tackled and doesn't get a handball. And that would have meant Bont would have got it. Instead, he's too shit to get a clean handball away. Come on, Bont. Come on, Bont. Dale or Nasai next week. Nasai, Jack, for sure. Nasai. I know Dale's got a ton, but I'd go Nasai if you can. Oh, I thought that... Come on. Get the handball to Bont. Get him a goal. If he goaled here and tunned up like on the siren, that would be pretty good. Man, 91 was not expecting that at halftime at least, says Tim. Yeah, so he got to 90, which is fine, right? But it certainly isn't what I paid for. Like 91, I know we're saying it's a good save from here, but the fact that we got 91 from a guy that's well over $1 million, I'm still not particularly happy with it. Even though he saved it, I'm still not very happy. And he probably would have turned up if it wasn't for how shit his teammates were. Kenny only got 6 points in Supercoach for a tackle inside 50 and intercept mark, says Corey. He's been on the bench and they've missed him and also taken worse options.
A team that gets such a big rap. Bulldogs are really just enigmas. 7 losses means that they could be 2 games out of the 8. I call them playground bullies, says Maltesing. Man, no one. Oh, yeah, 7-4. Bont go down 20, 30k, 30 under break even. Yeah, something like that, Grover. Mitchell smirking, says Karen. Bourbon Holmes or Heaney as a pot against Richmond. Maybe go Bergman because he's the only one there that doesn't have a bye coming up. Moon Boy's pretty happy with Kenny in English. I would be happy if I had him, but I don't, so I'm not happy. Jay Sutts, Carlton and Bulldogs are the same. They're good players, are really good, but those players around them are very subpar. Yeah, agreed, mate. Like guys like Bramble, McNeil, guys like that are just not good enough. We're still on 86 likes, so we're still 14 away from 100. We got a heap here watching, so appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you do smash a like on the video so we can get to 100 likes and keep our streak alive. Huge recovery, Bont, says Moonboy. People are going to say it's a huge recovery and be happy with it. I'm not happy with this. 91 is not what I paid for. I know it was a tougher matchup, and I was probably only wanting maybe 10, 15 points more, but still, $1 million to get a 91 is not good enough. I'm not happy with it. I don't care if it's against Hawthorn. I don't care if he saved it. I'm not happy. I'm still pretty pissed off with 91. He was at 33 at halftime. We'll take it. Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. He was on 33 at halftime. He never should have been. He should have been on at least 50, which meant he would have got a 110 based on his last half. And the fact that everyone else was able to go well and he didn't, I'm not happy. Any more watch songs this weekend, mate, says Moonboy. Yes, on Saturday night. Yep, on Saturday night. Up to 88 now. We're still 12 away. Make sure you smash a like on the video. We're 12 away. Let's keep the streak alive. You said that before. Pretty poor but hard matchup. Not the end of the world, really, and good run coming up. Plus, Dogs played horrible. I know they did. But again, good run coming up. He'll be fine. I'm just still not happy. Libba bevoed to half-back, says Mo. Did he play at half-back? I didn't actually watch him too closely. DF Bulldogs, the same as Crows, can't beat top 8 teams. Oh, mate, let's hope the Crows can do it tomorrow night. Happy didn't go Bont this week, says Grover. Thanks, Grover, mate. Makes me feel great. Change trades literally 30-plus times. Finished on Kennedy. LFG, says Fevelenko. Congrats, mate. Good move there. 676 overall now. Still a bit disappointed with the first half of the year. Moonboy, not a great rank. Marco, live rank of 7K, was top 300 last week. Connecting, let's go Kennedy. Definitely not happy with it. That's for sure, says HJD. Connecting says I'll be trading Bont in next week. Marco, not bad. Must have had a poor start then. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Oh, no, you're talking about Moonboy. Darcy Moore at last. Oh, you meant Dylan Moore, Machine Paul. Yeah, he was good tonight. Liver was better to the wing, says Fevelenko. Stanley Chen chose Rosie over Kenny, smarting over that choice. I think Rosie will still be good, though. I would have gone Rosie over Kenny as well. Grover, no worries, Bales. Have a good weekend, mate. Hope the Crows go well. Thanks for good content. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, let's go through the scores anyway. So we've got English 135. That's frustrating as a non-owner. He's been very, very good this year. Kennedy 128 was also very, very good. His first 120-plus score of the year. And, of course, it comes the week that people go Bont or Kennedy. A lot of people go for Bont. Meek 120. Dale 112. Newcomb 108. Moore 106. Moore's a potential option. Ward and Richards 97. Ginnivan 96. Morrison 93. Bont 91. Okay, I'm happy that he recovered it, but I'm still not happy with 91, if that makes sense. What else we got? Amon 79, that's poor. He was well over 50 at halftime. He did nothing in the second half. Fraser 72. He saved that score. Sam Butler 64. That's okay. Still don't think he's a must-have, but he was all right tonight. Mitchell 64 as well. Trelaw 60. Obviously, he'll be cheap for us. Sanders 53. Hopefully, you traded. Davidson 31. Hopefully, you traded him as well. And then Jath, obviously, with the 18 as a sub. So, if you had Jath, you would have traded knowing he was a sub. So, but yeah, it's funny, though. If they gave that tackle back to Bond, he'd be on 95. A few of those +6 actually went to him. He would have turned up. So, his teammates were the big reason why he didn't get there. Still 89 likes, guys. Still need 11 likes before we wrap up to hit the 100. So, if you haven't liked it yet, please smash a like on the video. We're only 11 away. So, have we got 11 legends out there to get us to 100? Bont could get 95 if they add that tackle he should have got, says Lee Everett. He could, but I'm not holding my breath. Dylan Moore, bloody hell, says Paul Harrison. All good, mate, all good. Sebastian Lacenza, trading Kenny and Richards. Kenny was 10 out of 10, Richards second half. And yeah, he wasn't great in the second half, but yeah, obviously Kenny was good. Thanks, Balsa's name, Thomas. Thanks, mate. Oak Amon looked on for 100 at half and finished on 79. Typical. Yeah, he's just been very frustrating this year. We're into the 90s now. We need just 10 likes. Has my matchup has Kenny, English, and Moore. And I've Bont. Great start to the weekend. Yeah, mate, that's... Oh, how the hell have they got Kennedy, English, and Moore? That's just... Yeah, that's not right there, Has. How much will Bont drop? 30 under his break-even. Yeah, probably 20, 30, 35K maybe, something like that. Is it too late now for Kenny, says John Sanders? Not at all. Not at all. Still a good option. David, are you as pissed as I am that politicians might F up the Tasmanian team getting the AFL? Yeah, a bit, yeah. We're up to 95 likes as well. Only 5 away. Just need 5 more. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed as well. Tassie should have had a team before Giants and Gold Coast got one. Like, they should have had one before. Tassie are a footy state. Queensland and New South Wales are not footy states. They're NRL, right? They're rugby states. Okay, they got Brisbane, they got Sydney, but they should have had a team Tassie ages ago, and it would be a real shame if politics and stuff was what stuffed up Tasmania getting a team in the AFL. So I'm hoping that nothing big happens there and they can't get it, and I'm hoping it gets fixed, because then we need a second team from somewhere, maybe Northern Territory or somewhere, get 20 teams, and then that's it. Keep it at 20 teams, nice even number, and you're fine. We got the 100 likes, 102. Appreciate you guys smashing that out there. Very much appreciate it. Thanks for the stream, says Henry V. Thank you, mate. Callum Fife, Bont and Darwin option next week. Thoughts on Berman? Will he be good? I'm looking at Berman, so I think Berman is a solid option. Yep. And Bont and Darwin both options. Yep, next week. Chris, do you still go Loman if he's going to be on the bench? Yeah, I think it's fine. Good cash generator. I think you can still do it. Have we seen enough from Moore to go to him? Maybe after his buy, potentially. Not before. He's got a buy in round 15. I'd be doing it after if you're looking at him. Trading Kenny and Richards. Kenny was 10 out of 10. Rich second half, says Sebastian. Mate, I've read that out before, Sebastian, but congrats, mate. What's your VC line this week, says Marco? I think it's still 110, but if I get a score between 110 and 119 from Baz, and I got Cherry Captain, I'm going to be tempted for sure. Tim Ashworth, English okay, 135. Do you think that improved my team, those trades? Did you get in English, Tim? DF, does Bont get Windy tag next week? No, I think Windy will go to Ed Richards. So I think he'll be fine. I think Ed Richards will go to him. Bloody hell. Just frustrating. Would have been nice to have started the week off with a good score. Even a 105, I would have been pretty happy with. Like 105, tougher matchup. The other thing that was frustrating about Bont was not only was his teammates shit and they didn't give it to him when they should have, and they weren't able to get it to him. It's also the fact that he was on the bench for too much. Like there was a time when Bulldogs kicked a goal, he was on the bench for 2 minutes. They needed to get him back on for that extra couple of minutes, and they didn't. They decided to leave him on the bench for a few minutes. He just had a bye. Like, getting back on, you need to win the game. Actually, what did Ramsden score? 50. I got a 50. That's not awful. Yeah, so he's on the bench for a little bit too much for my life. He was 82% fine, right? But he should be an 85 to 90% game time player. Like, rest forward every now and again. Like, well, actually, what was his game time pre-buy? 84, 78, 83, 82. So he's actually this year been quite frustrating with his game time. Like, he's very much been that lower 80s, not really as high, which is a bit weird that they don't play him as much when they should. But, like, yeah, just frustrating. Very frustrating. Peatling won't go the same as Myers. I think Pete will have a good week, Tim. I think in the wet, he'll have a lot of tackles. Bale's best tart below 700k, says Jordan. Hardeman. Hardeman or Loman are probably your two. Liam Toft was Brayshaw, Ashcroft, and Roberts to Shees, Kennedy, and Clark. Decent trade-ish. Liam, I like Levi and Roberts to Kennedy and Clark. Don't do Brayshaw to Sheasel. Sheasel, the role, we don't know, and Brayshaw's on a bye. You don't trade a guy on a premium like him on a bye. Keep Brayshaw.
Don't worry about Shees and do another trade. Go like a Bice, Cleary, someone to like a Lohman or a Hardiman, or get a rookie in. I wouldn't be doing Brayshaw to Shees. It's just too sideways for my liking. Stu, are you tempted to go Cherry VC then into someone else if he fails? I could go VC Cherry into Nick Dacos, but I just think Baz VC into Cherry I think I like. So I'll just do that. Because I think if Baz has a good game, he goes 120 plus. I don't think Baz will go between 100 110. I think he'll go big or he'll go sub 100, and then we just go Cherry anyway. Would you go Bergman or Hardiman and save some extra cash for next week? Well, John, depends what you're looking at doing with that trade next week. Depends what that cash will do. If that cash guarantees you getting a bad rookie up to a premium, maybe go Hardiman. But I also like Bergman as well. Do you think Lindsay will play on Monday or drops his stand? I don't think he'll be dropped. I think he'll play. I think he'll be fine. Kako to Cooper Lord, already have Lohman. Yeah, it could be a play. Yep. Zorko or Shees. Well, you go Shees here because Zorko's got a bye coming up. So you go Shees weary. Tim Ashworth, no, did Cleary to Lohman, Roberts to Bont, Bice to Hardiman. Missing out on Myers. Do you think they improved my team? English 135. Yeah, mate, they do. Yeah, they're good trades. Yeah, I really like Cleary to Lohman. Great trade. Roberts to Bont is great, and Bice to Hardiman's great as well. They're all great trades. Tim, I'd be locking those in, and I'd be happy with them. So, yeah, lock them in. I like those trades. I'm considering Luke Jackson after his bye. Please talk me out of it, says Chris. I can't because he's a good option. Jordy jumped on him before the bye, and he's very, very happy. So I think he's a good option. I think if he's playing as the number one ruck and then as a midfielder when Darcy's on, that's a great role. He's someone I'll look at targeting next week, potentially. Like I might be able to go like get Butters and Jackson in my team next week. Lohman, Hardiman might be the play. Need the cash gen, says Chris. Yeah, I like both. Lohman and Hardiman are great options. So, alrighty. Well, that will do us. I think. I don't know if we're still gonna be live when they do the adjustments for the game. And it seems like people's scores aren't going to move. Hopefully, Bont gets something added after, but I don't think he will. Did most of the guys get Bont in the Content Crowds Cup, says Marco? Yeah, most people did. I'll count up how many of the 20 got Bont in this week. That would be actually good to see. Let's have a look. So, Jaiden and Harmy both had Davidson. So Nathan, Jake both got Bont. Mitch has got English. Didn't get. I don't think he got Bont. No, I think he might have got Bont actually. I reckon he got Bont because he's got Levi as his M1 at the moment. So I reckon I'm going to just assume Mitch got Bont. I know Tim got Rosie. Sanch got Bont. DC got Bont. So that's 5 so far. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Mini Monk 6. MJ, I don't think MJ got... MJ had him as number 1. Yeah, MJ got Bont, so that's 7 because he went Marek to Bont. Yep, so that's 7. Did John Holmey get Bont? Doesn't look like it. No, I don't reckon he did. I don't think... Oh, Jordox. So Jordox went Bont as well. Hef went Kennedy. I don't think he got... Well, he might have gone Marek to Bont, actually. Oh, but it doesn't say Kennedy there, so he probably didn't, actually. So maybe Hef didn't. Louis got Bont. I think Jeppa got Bont as well. I'm not sure if he got Bont or... no, wait. Kennedy. So what? English. So Kennedy's there. No, I'm not sure if Jeppa got him, but I think... No, Jeppa got Kenny, I reckon. I got Bont. Fry got Bont. And Holmesy got Bont. So that's like... I honestly lost count. I lost count. A lot of people got Bont. Looking here. I don't think Lemon got Bont though. No, he didn't. I had a look. So hang on. I'll count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 of the 18 it looks like got Bont.
maybe Harmy went Bont as well. But looks like, yeah, a few of them, a few went Bont. So, nah, Tim, mate, go Roberts to Kennedy, not Bont, trust me. Bont too behind, sliding doors moment, says Stu. Looking at trading out Long, Heaney and Stone to someone like Sinclair, Kenny or Butters. Yep, don't mind it. What trades are you doing, Buzz? So I've done Bice to Hardiman, Roberts to Bont, not sure on the third trade, and I may keep Bice against Richmond with no Roberts now, if he's not the sub, and trade out a Carroll instead. Get rid of someone that might be a red dot for another scorer, but we'll see. Susan, thank you very much for the second super chat of the night. Thank you very much. Thanks to the Watchalong Bars. Is Dawson a sneaky VC tomorrow into Cherry captain if needed? Look forward to Saturday night Watchalong. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. He is an option. He's number 7 on my list. So I've got 6 players I like more than him. But he is an option as a VC. I'd still prefer Baz VC. But Dawson could be a sneaky one. So if you're keen on it, you could go there. I do like other ones, I think. Will it be at Norwood Oval Saturday night, says Chris. I don't even know what's on Saturday night, Chris. I'll be doing a watch-along anyway on Saturday night, so I won't be there. But I don't even know what's going on. Tim says, I'm missing out on Myers, though. That's fine, Tim. I don't think you need Myers. You're going really well. I don't think you need Myers. Like, Myers is still a good option, but he's got a buy coming up. Wouldn't worry about it. Mine was the same, but Bont, says Chris. Fevelenko was surprised how many studs picked Bont. High break-in and likely tags that scared me off. It was just more about getting Bont in, I think. Mo, get Doc instead of a double downgrade because Libba really let me down. Potentially, Mo, maybe you could do that. Please buy us 100 plus, says Stu. I hope so, mate, if I keep him. Thoughts on Nick Madden over McCarthy? Well, you got to go. Yeah, you got to Max because McCarthy's not playing, so I'd be doing that definitely. Alrighty, I think that'll do us unless they've done the late adjustments now, but it doesn't look like anything's been added. And yeah, obviously we're fingers crossed that Bont gets added something to get up to 100, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But yeah, that'll do us for Watch On tonight. Appreciate English missed 2 easy goals, says Moonboy. Mate, you got 135. Don't be upset with that. I would have loved having English tonight, but that'll do us for tonight. But cheers, I'll see you Saturday. Thanks, mate. Yeah, obviously we'll be back Saturday night. We'll be back tomorrow for our pre-lockout chat as always. So if you guys want to tune to that, get your questions answered, feel free. Or head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, where you can get your guaranteed answer to any of your questions. Team reviews as well, so ask me in the queue service. And also if you'd like to just help support us a bit extra here at the Fanatics, then head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, or link in the description below. Yeah, as I said, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. per time tomorrow. Pre-lockout chat might be a short one because I'll be going either to the Crows game or somewhere to watch the Crows game. So yeah, make sure you guys tune in there. But as always, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Fevelenko. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow for a pre-lockout chat. So thanks everyone. Catch you then. See ya.